is it you pray for?
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the 28th episode of Abyssal Musings. My name is Samuel the Infamous. With me is my co-host Lawrence Knight.
What's up? What's up?
And we have at least one guest tonight, Ryan from Legion Games 2076.
Well, hello.
So, apologies, guys, about the delay. That was entirely my fault. I was taking a drink of soda, and the next thing I know, it's burning the inside of my sinuses and coming out of my nose. So I had to make sure I got all that shit out of my system before we went live, and I'm sure you can I still sound a little nasally.
Don't lie, you were snorting the coke.
Well, it was Mountain Dew, but sure.
Oh,
That's even worse. You snorting Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Well, Kohai's worried about what I would do by myself.
Actually, Kohai's asking how it smells. Honestly, not that bad. It burned, but it didn't smell that bad.
Is it regular Mountain Dew or diet?
Oh, regular.
Oh, I can't drink that. It's too sweet.
No, that diet shit. That's like drinking fucking light beer, man.
I don't
believe you.
I can't do it, man. I can't drink regular Gatorade either. I don't like a lot of sugar. It's too sweet.
You know what they say about drinking light beer, right?
Okay, what?
it's like going down on your cousin. Tastes the same, but it just ain't right.
I guess that's one way to look at it. I don't know. I've never been down on my cousin.
Yeah, me neither, and it'll stay that way.
I can see that we're starting with the debauchery within 2 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a day. I'm sick to fucking death of seeing a certain personality in my fucking timeline, which is tied directly to this Bud Light shit. I'm just, it's I've had a migraine most of the day now. Luckily, I got some food in me, and it's a lot better now than it was earlier. There was a moment where I was considering postponing the show just because I couldn't even open one eye, but no, we're better now.
You know what's really bad about the one person on Twitter is the really close up pictures where you see like their nasty, pimply, stubbly face.
Well, that and when you can see his tuck.
I don't think I've seen that video, so I guess I'm safe.
Yeah, he's not that good at it.
I don't think he's trying to be.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that this whole thing is a what's the word that's so popular these days? A grift.
I think he's a plant, if you want my honest opinion. I think after the White House had him over, I think it was an organized effort to promote him.
I think that's there's certainly probably something to that, but I think on his end, and at the very least, dude's been trying to get famous his whole life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think the White House saw an opportunity, and they've been pushing all this crap. I think they're connecting him with people. If you want my honest opinion.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. But like I said, on his end, I'm sure that this whole like I want to be a girl now thing, this was because he wasn't relevant, and he was trying to be relevant, and he saw an opportunity and went for it. And as a capitalist, part of me kind of can't blame him, but I'm also sick of seeing his goddamn face.
I would agree. Apparently he's worth like $1.5 million now already.
Oh, well, all those endorsement deals he's been getting? Shit, yeah.
Which I'm sure that's probably a low ball too.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure a lot of that wasn't reported and probably won't be.
No.
To be fair, guys, his finances are not my concern. It's really none of my business. But
no, agreed.
Yeah, I'm sure he's raking it in. Or at least he was before Bud Light started spiraling into oblivion.
Yeah, Bud Light's getting destroyed right now.
$5 billion.
In like what, 48 hours?
Yeah.
I don't think it's because it came out last week, right? This whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it came out last week.
Quick.
So, yeah,
it
so
was that quick.
and supposedly the vice president of marketing, she's the one who reports are saying she's the one that pushed all of this.
Yeah.
And didn't tell any of the upper management and board members, so now they're pissed off.
Yeah, right. I saw that. I saw that report. There's no way. There's no way in the world they didn't know.
I would say no way in the world too, but then again, she is considered an activist. So would you be surprised if she tried to usurp?
Not at all. Not at all.
The radar.
But guys, before we get too much further, we did and this is on me, skip kind of a vital part of the show, the greeting everybody who's in the chat, which I will get to now. Sorry, everybody. We kind of jumped into the conversation, and you know how it goes when you're hanging out with your buddies. So let's see if I need to scroll all the way back. Suka.
F you, Suka.
You know what? He was quick too. He was.
No. But here's the thing, though. It still doesn't count because when you and I were on the phone, you hadn't even posted it yet. If I really
I was looking at the screen when it came up on.
But you already know that I was distracted, and you know why. And we were on the phone before you even put the doggone thing up. You hadn't even done it yet.
You know what? The distraction is all fair. It is. Did you see that shit with the poker game? The chick who wore fake tits to distract her opponents. It was like world class poker or some shit. And then she like had one of the nipples poking out, but it was just this like rubber chess piece.
I thought that was real because
no, she was wearing a piece, man.
No fucking way. Those look fucking real. What's her name?
I don't. It's Sashimi, which is a terrible name, by the way.
Oh, that's right. She's a social media personality.
Yeah.
I remember looking her up.
Look up different angles of that, and you can see where it comes up to under her chin, and all that. But yeah, that was a whole fake thing. But yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're busy looking at that and not focusing on their game. They deserve to lose. So we also have with us Kohai. Is always good to see you. Logical Spock is with us today. We've got Ozymandias. Richard, good to see you, buddy.
Before you go any further, see everything that's going on, right down to the discussion that we just had with Suka thinking that he was first. This is all Richard L's fault. All Richard L's fault.
We covered this last week.
I'm rehashing
it. Yeah, yeah, okay. We will move on from that. I see Ryan in the chat, which is hilarious because he's also on panel with us. Hey, Josh Watson, good to see you, buddy. Also, I thought I saw. Yep, there's Shadow. Shadow's with us for what little we have him. M's Mad World, I see you in there. Good to see you. Hey, Luke Castley. Always a pleasure. Fantastic channel, great guest. Yeah, and that I think that's everybody. I'm not 100% sure here, but I think that's everybody so far. So yeah, good deal. There was something that Shadow did say in the chat that I wanted to address if I can find it.
What do you do now?
Oh no, he didn't do anything. He just made a comment that I think was relevant to the topic that we were discussing.
So, yeah,
of course I gotta find the damn thing.
Just real quick, I looked it up. It was fake. Several places have confirmed it. Mm-hmm. What a butthole though, because she's pretty.
Oh, right here.
That's smart though.
Okay, so the reason that Dylan Mulvaney has not found a nice lefty boyfriend yet is because he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's not gay. Like he's trying to get women to date him. Or no, I'm thinking of someone else, aren't I? He is gay, isn't he?
He's very gay.
Yeah, he's super gay.
And he also says that it's like transphobic if you don't. I think he made a statement saying that if you don't want to date him, you're a transphobe or something.
Well, I guess I'm a transphobe because I never dated.
There's something to that, and you know what? Most gay dudes aren't really into that either.
Most gay guys aren't into the whole super effeminate, super flamboyant, like over the top annoyingness that he brings.
Well, they're definitely not into breasts. Not that he's got any.
I don't even think he has any. The only thing he's had is like a facial surgery, and that like is like minimum at best. He hasn't done anything like that's like life altering. So I think he's full of shit.
Yeah, he may be. Hey Shadow, while I've got you here in chat, you want to drop some channels for me? Channel links. Drop Luke Cassidy's M's Mad World. Just go sub to them. I do not have Ryan's links in the description yet either. They will be there, but at some point. But
I'm a mod. I can drop them myself if you want.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah.
And they will be added to the description at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because, well, frankly, I was not operating at full capacity.
Yeah, no, I got a quick and easy for most of my channels because Oh, by the way, the whole stuff with my history channel is going well, man. I'm getting some pretty damn good views. I'm getting more views than I have subs, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is
your history channel.
Pretty good.
Wait a minute, how many channels do you have?
4.
Good grief. So what's your history channel about?
History.
It's about history. So like with the recent holiday, I basically did the historical accuracy of Jesus Christ. Which I got some pretty decent comments on. So, and I got some good views on it too.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't finished that one, but I will.
Okay.
So I'm about halfway through it. Something called my attention away, and I haven't been able to get back to it yet.
I need to finish the second half because I didn't want it to go too long because people, a lot of times if your videos are too far over 10 minutes, people will lose interest.
Yeah. I think though, if you keep this, do at least a weekly upload on that channel, I think it'll take off. I think you do some good stuff on there. I really like that T-Rex video. That was fun.
Yeah. That one was fun to do.
Ryan, I'm gonna have to. Oh, sorry, cut you off.
No, you're good, dude. Go ahead.
No, please.
Hold on, I had to look at something. No, okay. Sorry, I was looking at the chat of what I posted. No, that one was fun to do, and then of course even the one that I did about Jesus and stuff like that, the historical accuracy. There's even Roman and Jewish accounts from their writings to actually promote the fact that he was a real person. So, it's just kind of cool the way history works. Obviously, there's really not really any historical accounts that he did any supernatural things, but it's just kind of cool to see. I mean, they found archaeologically, they found his hometown, and it's just I kind of talk about how the city of Troy used to once be a myth and thought of as not a real place, and so yeah, it's just kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Squatch, you're not late as far as I'm concerned. He was you were running a program yourself just a little bit ago, so no worries. Shadow, if you want to throw Caucasian Sasquatch's channel down too, that'd be fantastic. Everybody go check his stuff out. It's great. He does this chilling with Sasquatch, which is a very, very chill stream. And then he does Sasquatch Shills, where he'll interview up and coming YouTubers and such, the weirdest, most esoteric shit you've ever seen, but a lot of times it's worth watching. Go check him out. He does great work. And also he did that thing, if you guys remember, on SITV about it was like a month and a half ago, where he did Ray Stevens' Squirrel Revival song in the style of Alex Jones.
I remember that.
Yeah,
didn't we play that?
We did, and it was he does a
Hey,
lot of weird shit, but it's a lot of fun. Check it out.
Find the video, play it again.
It was good. It's good job.
Hey, Squash, load the video up. Put it in the chat, dude.
Oh, I can find it.
Also, I noticed M is M is destroying Shadow. She's not giving him any slack.
That's all right.
She's treating him like how Amira treats me. Hey, hey Ryan, you know what? It's funny. It's good that we got you on here. I actually, we actually had a meeting the other day, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
toward the end of last week,
You get
and
in
of
trouble
course,
again.
as usual, she was yelling at me, right? And she doesn't know that I actually took a screenshot of her screaming and hollering at me. There it is. That's exactly what she looked like when she was yelling at me last week. That's exactly what she looked like when she was yelling at me last week. I don't
you,
even know what I was getting yelled at for.
you know what's funny is I still have that clip before her main channel got taken down
Yeah.
where I commented in the chat and she's like, Samuel, I know he's your friend, but no, kick him now.
Yeah,
I
was
still
pretty good.
have that clip. It's loaded up for Friday
When
nights.
when she's serious, when she was in the mood, like I said, I'm gonna tell you, like when she was yelling at me, it was dang near 4 a.m. where I was at, and we're like, Sam's like, dang, dude, it's like it's almost 4 a.m. and she's yelling at you.
I have that so saved for if she ever pops in the chat on the Rumble, I'm gonna play it. and I'm real it really
Yeah,
sucks what happened to her channel, but
Samuel, get rid of him. I know he's your friend. Get rid of him.
she's like, it's not funny. Why are you laughing? You're like, I think it's funny. Oh, that was good.
They both do, Shadow.
Oh, good shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a great clip, especially because like the whole time I'm just laughing. I didn't have anything to say to her. I was just like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You want to grow your audience, and then you tell me to get rid of them.
I like that the other two guys on the panel are just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. I did see that Josh noticed. Yes, life happens, man. Is
Yeah.
basically what it comes down to. She had some things that she had to deal with in her personal life, and it didn't leave her a lot of time to do a live this week. I am working on the getting that community tab up and running full steam though, so that we get the word out to you guys a little more consistently.
Yeah, that was one of the well, I don't want to say, well, no, but she didn't threaten, but that was that was one of the requests that she made, that
Not selling it
that
very
you
good,
guys
dude.
reach out to us if anything is going on with her. And that's what got me yelled at when I mentioned the fact that she has a community tab. That what was it, like an hour
Mhm.
before I was able to say anything.
Right.
I'm not gonna say that she didn't. I'm not gonna say she threatened me, but
It was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, but like, you have your community tab, and so if something's going on, just put it on your community tab so that everybody knows, because everybody that's subbed to you may not be is they may not be subbed to Samuel. I mean,
Mhm.
they're definitely not, because you could tell the difference in subscribers. And I was like, and it definitely not nowhere near the same amount of people subscribe to me. And I was like, it just makes more sense that you need to let them know. And boy, they did not go.
Yeah.
All I heard was roar.
So
I mean, she was nice about it, but she was like, you got a point, but here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna contact you by email or by phone call or whatever. And I was like, well, wait a minute, are they? She was like, yeah, they're gonna contact you. I was like, okay.
yeah. So chat tonight, we don't really have much of an agenda. We're just gonna kind of chill, hang out with you guys, because like I said, wasn't feeling too well. Larry is still on baby alert. I think the hour draws nigh.
Well, we do have the second quiz, and actually, I'm glad that Ryan's on here, because everything's not on you for answering the questions, Sam. We
Second
got Ryan here
quiz.
now.
Yeah, we do quizzes on this show sometimes.
Yeah, about once a month, what we do is there's this website called Sporkle, and you can. I mean, they've got all kinds of trivia. I mean, from every category you could think of. But a month ago, I discovered that if you sign up and it's free, you can actually create your own quiz. And I've been noticing that there are actually people have been playing the quizzes that I made for this show. Because I was even gonna make one for uh next month. One of my plans was to make one for your channel, for
Mm-hmm.
your Friday night show and for your Monday night show. And we just kind of been experimenting, and we
Mm-hmm.
did one last week. I put two, and one was solely on Samuel's channel to see, if anybody was paying attention to Abyssal Musings and Screaming to the Void, and that damn Kohai decimated. I mean, I put like 6 hours in that thing, and Kohai just killed it.
No. See, she says the last quiz was easy. No, you just have a ridiculous memory for details. I didn't remember half this shit, and I said most of it.
And Kohai, why does your photo look like Michelle?
It doesn't. If you click on it. Oh, by the way, guys, at least on my phone YouTube app, there's a new feature. You can actually like enlarge photos, profile pictures on YouTube now instead of just
Really?
squinting at it. Yeah, I found that out by accident today because I was curious about Kohai's picture. I was like, what the fuck? And I clicked on it and it got big and I was like, whoa. So but yeah, no, it's probably because there's some AI involvement on that, I would guess.
Oh, I did see something cool though. I clicked on the three dots next to Kohai, and it says go to channel. So I guess if it kind of helps you lead to them if they have a channel or not, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, that is something that because you're a mod on this channel, so you will
Is that what it
be
is?
able to do that. I used to think everybody could do that, and maybe there was a time when everybody could, but at some point they changed it so that only mods and channel owners can do that, which I think is stupid.
Oh.
But it is what it is. Although it does make it easier for mods to drop channel links as well.
Hey, hold on a quick second. Hey, Richard L., you know dang well what you did. You were laughing about it last week. Everything that's been going on for the past 6 months, it's all your fault. You know what you did.
It's really not. He's just
no.
he's making a mountain out of a molehill.
Man,
it's not. You were the one that brought it up last week.
I know, because it's funny. So what happened for Ryan here and Richard, who I'm sure is confused, and everybody else who missed it last week, way back when we were just little bitty mods over on Amira's old channel. Richard started showing up to chats early and saying first, and he tried to get there in as quick as possible and say first. Now, this is, of course, before any of us knew that you could show up 6 fucking hours ahead of time. And so he would cut that pretty close to the wire. And he did this for quite a while. And eventually Larry's like, because I made mention of it. It's like, oh, yeah, he's always got to be first. It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. And so Larry's like, I'm going to fuck with him. And he starts getting in there a little bit ahead of time just to get under Richard's skin a little bit. And then at some point, and you said this yourself, dude, at some point you started taking it personally, and it just has been downhill ever since.
That's not true.
I don't even think Richard does that shit anymore.
Yeah,
he doesn't, because he realized that I was first, so he stopped trying. Yeah, because see, while you realized that a person that you can do it 6 hours, I found out you can actually do it days in advance. That's why every time Luke Hazley posts her channel videos, I'm on there 2 days before she even goes on live.
Yeah, no, you've done that when I posted the link the night before for like Friday nights. I usually try to post get the video ready to give people a notice 24 hours in advance ish.
You're right, dude. You're 100% right.
Oh no, it's
not.
It's absolutely stupid, but it's funny. Because if you beat Larry, he gets so butthurt. Wow.
Well, wait a minute. Suka was first today.
Yeah.
I didn't flip out. Kohai was second.
You did make a comment.
I made a comment to prove a point that I previously proved.
Absolutely.
I just wanted him to know, hey, I already knew that it was coming before it was ever posted. I knew it was coming. I was on the phone with the poster.
and this goes back. This is lore from a while back from another channel that isn't there anymore. Speak of the devil, or the lioness in this case. Welcome, Amira.
Roar.
Hey,
You
We was
missed the
just talking
conversation.
about you.
I'm sorry.
You missed the conversation.
Oh,
From when you were yelling at me last week.
oh yeah. Well, that's a weekly thing. That's a weekly occasion right there.
Yeah. You now that we've got you here, you want to apologize for screaming at me like this? Is that not you? Was that not the look on your face last
Your
week?
Honor, hearsay. I object to hearsay. Your Honor. Speculation. Your Honor.
Yeah, we were just talking about you. Josh was actually just asking about when the next show was, and so yeah, and everybody's happy to see you. Welcome. We are tonight. Things kind of got away from pretty much everybody today, so we are just kind of hanging out, chilling, and all that, because you never know when somebody's going to get called away to cut an umbilical cord.
Yeah,
That sort of thing. And by the way, Ryan, Amira, I could swear I've had you guys both on the same stream before, right?
We have, yeah. Kat was here.
Yeah. Okay. So you have met.
Yes, we have met. The last time we spoke, she told me she tried to kick me out of her chat.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Because Larry will be emancipated.
You know what? This is why. See, this is Samuel.
She immediately remembered me.
Samuel, get him off. I'm not joking. No, you work for me and Larry works for me. I don't know this game.
Not on this channel.
Listen, don't make me edit your contracts. I don't want to edit both you guys.
I didn't even say anything. I didn't do anything.
Larry, you always in trouble. What are you talking about?
Dude, somebody's always getting me in trouble with her, man.
It's not even about Larry, because you and Samuel are one. So if he does something bad, you get in trouble too. Except, no, that's not true, because when Larry does something bad, I don't get mad at Samuel. But when Samuel does something bad, I get mad at both of them.
We got a question
Yes,
from
that's about right.
Shadow of Hawk for you here, Amira.
At least Will is not trying to take away my captive people. Okay, my enslaved people. Will is actually respectful of my position here. This one is not.
What can I say? I have a white savior complex.
I see.
Oh wow.
Legion is all about what is called emancipation.
Yeah, emancipation.
Get out of here.
He needs a stovepipe hat and one of those chin strap beards.
You just can't take my token black Friday nights, or I'll get called racist.
You know what? Larry cannot be considered a token, because Larry is the whitest black guy you'll ever meet. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait. Whiter than Wayne Brady?
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. And she'll probably say yes.
I don't even know who Wayne Brady is.
I didn't think she did. He's a comedian from like the 90s.
Yeah, he's a very funny man, but yeah. How about who was the other one?
If Chaotic Truth was polite and nice, that would be Wayne Brady.
That's hilarious. It's funny that we all know what we're talking about here when you said that.
Well, while we've got you here, we had a conversation earlier about the whole Bud Light debacle and how they
actually. Before you go any further, I do have a very a Muslim specific question about that. So, like, given that alcohol is haram, right?
Okay.
Does it really? Would it? Aside from obviously the moral implications of like pasting this dude's face all over, everywhere. You're aware of Dylan Mulvaney, right?
Yeah, the faggot. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Near enough, as makes no difference.
Wow. I forgot we're on live stream.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I meant the gentleman, the she from TikTok.
Yeah, that one.
Right.
It's okay. We're 30 minutes in. We're fine.
Okay.
So
Coke, you know, so I just
Agreed.
anyway, given the obvious, implications of that dude, obviously would be his whole thing is haram. But would him having an exclusive deal with an alcoholic beverage purveyor be that big a deal to Muslims? Because you guys don't do alcohol either.
I mean, business is business. You understand?
Mhm.
Like, if it's alcohol, if it's a haram business, or if it's a halal business, business is business. So, honestly, I mean, you have to understand, smoking can be considered haram in Islam too, but hookah shops are everywhere. So, business is business for us. So, if you're using the rainbow people to promote your business, is the cat toy bothering you guys? Because I can take it away from
No, we're
I
good.
can't even hear it.
Okay. Well, she's playing with that toy. I'm gonna take it from her anyway. But anyway, yeah, so business is business, and if you're using that kind of peoples to promote your business, it's because you're trying to call in a certain type of clientele, and that is seen for us as trash and haram.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. I was just curious about that because given everything involved, how about if his presence on those cans is causing that business to plummet?
Which can?
Bud Light. He got an endorsement deal with Bud Light, and now Bud Light is losing money by the bucket load because just about everybody who actually drinks that shit stopped.
Because
Pretty
of the
Yes,
Yeah.
because of Mulvaney.
well, yeah, because nobody wants to drink faggotry juice. Come on now, you don't know what's species, all kinds of E. coli, all kinds of people.
Well,
We don't want to drink that. So I can understand that.
the VP of marketing who was responsible for this also said that they want to get away from that the whole frat boy demographic, and so it's like, okay, well now you're just shooting your customer base in the foot, because I'm sorry, but college kids can't really afford top-notch beer.
Hey Ryan, did you see what happened the next day after the video was played of that VP saying that? Someone
Oh,
went
yeah.
into her past and pulled up an old college photo of her
Yep.
drinking red. It was a Rolling Rock beer. She was drinking beer out of a condom
Yep.
at a frat party.
Yep. Yeah. So I love it when the pot calls the kettle black. These people have no sense of they just have no self-awareness. It's so frustrating. I'm so tired of them acting like they're better than everybody else, and it's just like your shit stinks just as much as everybody else's.
Yeah.
No, senora, no. I know.
You get it. But
So-
it's just like those those two politicians that got kicked out of the city council over there in
Mhm.
Tennessee.
Mhm.
So and they're right back in. But this morning,
Oh,
they
I think
had-
that was
I know-
state
I
senate,
know-
man. That
hold
wasn't
on.
city council.
well, whatever.
Yeah, it was
Senate,
it was
right?
state
But
senate.
one of them, the one that did the whole MLK style speech,
Yeah, I heard.
he got disproved, and then the other one, somebody dug up a video showing him participating in the BLM riots, attacking a car.
Yep, Summer of Love 2020.
Muggsykins, gross.
Hi, Muggsykins. We love Muggsykins.
Yeah, but that's gross.
I don't know what she was drinking out of the car. I just know it was
it-
bright red, and there
I
was
didn't know Muggsy drank anything but coffee. But
Coffee
yeah,
beer.
as to answer, Lucchese asked if like who drinks Bud Light anyway, and honestly, a lot of people did or do or did or whatever. But for my money, it's piss. So
It is. It's piss water.
it's
Bud
yeah,
Light,
it's a-
Coors Light, it's all piss water. I do like a good Yingling, but I mean, I've drank both Bud Light and Coors Light. It's like whatever. But will I actively go out of my way to drink them now? No, probably not. Because
Well, that was I think it was Yeti F on Twitter asked earlier today, like, are you participating in the Bud Light boycott or whatever? And I was like, does it count if I don't buy that piss water anyway?
I'd say yes and no. I mean, well, because what? Anheuser-Busch owns, Busch beer, Heineken, they own a bunch of different ones. So I think if you're going to buy a beer, just buy like a local like brewery or something, spend a little extra money and support a local business.
Like a microbrewery?
Yeah, you could. I know it's a little hipster, but still, at least it's a local business.
A little.
Well, I'm not one of those guys like, dude, look, guys, I drink microbeers. Like, that's douchey too, as a kitty.
Yeah, Ryan loves cats.
I do. I have two. Cats are awesome. They don't need a lot of. They can take care of themselves, and they like to cuddle. There's nothing wrong with that.
Cats are bastards.
No, they're not. I'm just saying, a cat is kind of like a good woman. They can take care of themselves, and they like to cuddle. I mean, a dog is always up your ass and being needy. Now, I love dogs too, but do you want a girlfriend that's needy? You want something?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
Richard L is saying the cats are lame. Does that include our lioness as well, Richard L?
Everybody else seems to like the cat, though. So
how can you guys say you don't like cats and you're sub to a feline?
I'm sub to two.
Oh yeah, that's like, how can you say you don't like cats and you're sub to feline?
It's the same way I look at it like this, and no offense to anybody out there personally, it's not meant to be offensive to you personally, but I don't like Catholicism at all, but I can get along with individual Catholics just fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lou.
Well, I wish I could say that about the Jays, but I can't.
Good grief.
You just like
scratch me again and
vinegar
out the window.
That's what you have. That's what you have to look forward to, Larry.
Mine don't.
I already have a cat.
Te tiro por la ventana, ¿eh? ¿Quieres que te tire por la ventana? A ver si vuelas.
I don't know how you take this comment, but
wow.
Super dog. No, technically
Richard,
hyenas are.
Richard, look at the sentence again underneath my name. If I get yelled at, it's your fault.
You tried to blame me the other night with your wife.
That was your fault.
It was not my fault. What comes out of your mouth is your fault.
Yeah.
Hyenas are technically felines, not canine.
Yeah, they're somewhere in between. I think genetically they're a little more on the feline side.
Lou translated what I said in Spanish. Lou, don't translate. They're gonna think I'm a psycho.
She's a little bit psycho.
To see if he flies. I did say that.
Can you fly, Bobby?
Well, I'm looking forward to that collaboration with you and Lou whenever it happens. I'm gonna keep eyes and ears out for that.
I have to be honest. Shadow is actually right.
Stop crying.
Broken clock, right?
Yeah. Suborder Feliiformia.
Yeah. No,
That's
I think I
cool.
read something about that when I was younger too. Is that they share traits of both. They obviously resemble dogs more, but they are more closely related to felines. In the same way, though, that bears are more closely related to dogs.
Dude, bears are awesome.
Are you talking about hyenas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't they say that they're feline?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're close. Their suborder is
ish.
Yeah.
They're kind of their own thing, sort of like skunks are kind of their own thing, but they're closely related to rodents, but they're not actually.
Yeah,
they're
Stop.
They fall into the same suborder.
I didn't do anything.
As guilty conscience, Larry.
Yes, Lou, I did get your text, and yes, honey, we definitely, solo me dices cuándo y lo hacemos.
¿Sí?
Sí, señor.
¿Qué pasa?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Oh. I'll be honest, dude. I had Taco Bell the other day. That was not good. After abstaining for so long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
It's poison. and rat shit.
Why does Taco Bell not hurt me? Feels great.
I used to really love Taco Bell, and it was like the
It's
only
better
thing.
than McDonald's.
It is better than McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's if I'm gonna eat fast food, I used to prefer Taco Bell, but I ate it the other day and it just didn't sit right.
You might have just got a bad batch too.
Most possible. It was
Yeah.
early in the morning after a long night of being on multiple.
That's like, man, it
was Saturday. It was my fault.
Yeah, that's like leftovers from the previous night's dinner rush is what that is. That's like going, in the morning to get hot dogs from a gas station. That's not going to end well.
They roll over the products from the other day, like the meat and the beans that are left over at the end of the night to the beginning of the next day.
That's what I'm saying.
So like the first batch. Dude, when I worked at Taco Bell when I was in high school, this is obviously a long time ago, we used to get people at 9:30 in the morning that would get burritos and tacos. This is before breakfast. It would roll in and order like a large, like funny 20 fucking things. And it's just like, yeah, I was like, how are you?
Real quick, Ozzy, you do know that Amira is she doesn't read Cyrillic as well as I do, and I read it terribly.
Yeah, I don't read Cyrillic. I just
like I can read a little bit of it, but not enough.
I can only speak. I can't read.
So I mean, I can recognize some sounds and letters there. I don't off the top of my head. Tidia, something like that. Anyway, my Cyrillic is terrible, and it's better than Amira's, which is weird because she speaks 5 fucking languages, and I just speak 2, English and bad English.
Yeah. But like I said, I can speak. I cannot read. So I mean, you can write to me all you want. All I can read is da and privyet. That's it. I can't read any other letters in the Cyrillic. So you're wasting your time there. Boy, you can write it in Arabic, Spanish, Russian. I mean, sorry, not Russian. Let's see, which other one? I don't know. Mostly Arabic and Spanish is good enough for me, or English. Those are my writing languages.
No, fair enough. Did you guys? I know you two were both in the military and spent some time abroad. Did you ever pick up any other languages while you were out there?
I used to be able to speak German, but it's been so long since I've spoke it or written it that I've lost like everything.
That's why your Hitler impression is so spot on.
He
does. Ryan does a Hitler impression, everybody. And it's hilarious.
We're going to come after the Jews because they are fairly the Third Reich.
I agree. Let's do it. I'm ready.
They get real sensitive over there about that subject.
Yeah, I gotten to the point to where I was able to understand Korean, but I couldn't speak it fluid, but I could get the gist of full-on conversations by the time I left. And then of course, like right, I just lost it all. If I had kept up with it, I'd be fluid I'd be fluid in Korean right now.
Yeah, I was fluent in German. I definitely would like to learn Spanish. I think that's a good one with the way the US is going. So,
I used to know a single phrase in Korean, and I couldn't tell you what it is now, but it translated to there's an axe in my head. Because we just picked a funny sounding phrase and like started learning what it was in other languages and stuff. But I think it was hay una H en mi cabeza in Spanish.
Una H.
Piper, stop.
Hay una H.
Yeah.
Sir.
Hay una. So there is a H. I don't know what that may be in Spanish.
HACHE. Hatchet, axe.
Oh, I don't know. In mi cabeza, yes. In my head, yeah.
Yeah. So like we just learned it in a bunch of different languages. One of my brothers is half Korean, so he decided to teach us all how to say that in Korean. I can't remember it to save my life now. This was 25 years ago, but that was the only thing I ever really learned in Korean. I did try when I was 12. I got a English to Korean dictionary and decided I was going to teach myself Korean with that book. It didn't take.
She's a youngin', isn't she?
She is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She hasn't learned how to not bite.
No, she hasn't, not yet, but she's gonna learn.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
that's
she is waiting for
See her-
you
see
to
her
be
ears?
defenseless so she can
You
eat
can
your
look her
eyes.
everything.
No,
She's
no,
still got her ears back.
I
Even
have
with the ears.
I have Renera is like 7.5 months now, and she did not know not to bite hard. And I have an older cat. He was an adult. Now he's considered a senior. He's 9 years old. But you would hear him
I'd already posted it, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
So,
I'll post it again.
Kohai wanted to know what the quiz was about this week. Well, Kohai, the quiz was about infamous parts of history, things that have happened, infamous people, events, stuff like that. It was 20 questions. Yeah, I found some good stuff.
nice.
Not sure if well, now at this point the lioness is here, so playing it is contingent upon her approval.
Cybertosin, welcome.
Well, I do want to play the.
Good to see you.
Are we gonna do the quiz or no?
Yeah, we can do it.
Bridget says you look grumpy.
Well, look what I'm dealing with. She's gone
It's
dead.
she's
go limp. She goes limp.
That's very dramatic, cat.
She does this because she thinks I'm mad at her.
She just gave up. She's just like, I'm done.
She goes limp. Look.
Because you didn't take the fight out of her.
Oh, now you're back. Now you're back.
I'm telling you, she's waiting. She
gonna bite
just
your
wants
face.
she just wants to eat your eyes.
Yeah.
And I believe it. I'm starting to believe it. Look at her. Look at her. She's just mad.
Yeah. So a friend of mine was doing that with her cat and Ghost, and Ghost just stopped. He stopped resisting, and then a few weeks ago, she was laying on her bed, and Ghost walks up, and Ghost is he's a big kitty, and he jumps on her chest and takes his paws and starts strangling her.
No way.
And she's trying to get him off, and he's not budging. He's trying to strangle this woman. And I just looked at her. I said, told you that's from kissing all on his head and doing exactly what you're doing right now.
I know. Well, you see, when she gives up like this, I just can't resist to give her loving because I'm. But then when she gets back into devil mode, then I just want to throw her away. Look, like there she goes again. Look, there she goes.
She's gonna eat that hair.
See, she goes limp just to trick me, and then
she's in the teething phase too. She chews that stuff. Yeah, that's the worst.
I'm telling you, all you cat people, you are inviting violent little murderers into your homes.
Dogs will do it too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dogs will do it too.
Yes, they will.
So your point is moot.
No, it's not.
It really is.
Yes,
Animals are for food.
Well, you're not going to eat a dog or a cat.
I might.
This isn't China.
dog is actually a dog.
South
Meat
Korea
is
too.
meat.
South Korea, they eat dogs and cats as well.
You guys have never had dog?
Well, certain type of
Yes,
dogs.
I have.
No, I haven't.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah,
They only
yeah,
eat
it's
certain types, by the way, guys. Don't think a poodle is going to be thinner.
no.
No,
Get you a Rottweiler or a
Richard,
Mastiff or
you
something
are
like that.
you are extremely wrong. Dogs will lick you to death. No, dogs can be just as mean and ornery when they're puppies.
Yeah, Richard, tell that to the Rottweiler that dang near bit my face off.
You know, I knew a Rottweiler a while back. Went
Did
by
you?
the name of Hoss. He was about the size of a pony, and he thought he was a lap dog.
Mm-hmm. It's usually how it is.
He'd jump up in your lap, all fucking 220 pounds of him.
Yeah.
And yeah, and of course he opens his mouth. He could probably fit most of a person's head in there.
Yeah. And my friend had a Great Dane like that. He was 6'5" on his hind legs.
A lot of really big dogs like that though are usually pretty mellow and actually really affectionate. It's
They're big
it's usually the smaller dogs that are mean.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahuas, I hate to say it, if you don't have the right owner, pit bulls can run wild.
Oh,
and that's an owner problem most of the
Yeah.
time because you don't assert yourself. Huskies can be very aggressive. Dalmatians,
Chows.
because you're talking about very, very active animals that if you don't treat them correctly and you don't come correctly at them, and they will run your life.
Well,
Yeah,
if you're
and
not
believe it
running
or
a
not, Cocker Spaniels too.
if you're not running a sled though, you don't need huskies.
No, but I know people who
should.
have them. I know
Yeah.
people in Florida who've had them.
They
It's
like
like,
the look. They like the look. No, in Colombia, we used to have people who had huskies. In Colombia.
yeah,
Yeah, see that makes no sense. But the and that's the thing that I think that yes, to a large degree, ownership does matter about the behavior of the dog, but so does breed, because many of these dogs were bred for specific reasons. There is some shit in
Mhm.
their DNA you got to be wary of, and pit bulls are no exception.
no, they're
No, Richard. The dog was trying to get my Taco Bell, and he succeeded after he bit into my face.
Taco Bell a la Larry.
what was this your dog or somebody else's?
This was my dog.
How old was it?
He was a teenager by then. He wasn't even fully grown.
Oh, okay. So
I'd never been bit that hard in my life.
Yeah.
And I've been bit by dogs before, but nothing felt like that.
No.
Anyway, you guys ready to start this quiz?
Sure.
All right. Infamous Culture, first edition. This writer is not only famous for what he wrote, but his involvement in a conflict between two opposing factions earned him a sentence of life in exile.
Dante Alighieri.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. That's the only one that I recognize as a
Galileo wasn't exiled. He was killed.
He was
same with
killed.
John Calvin. Kant, I don't know actually that much about, so it could be him, but I'm thinking Dante Alighieri.
I'm thinking it's Dante.
Lioness.
I'm just going with whatever everyone else says. I think Dante.
Okay.
Kohai says Dante.
Bingo.
Richard says Galileo. Oh, it was Dante.
Yeah, it was. In the spirit of healthy eating, McDonald's experimented with this meal intended for the kids menu, but luckily for them, it never made the cut. Bubblegum flavored broccoli, turkey salad meal with a kid's protein drink, veggie burger with carrot fries, or a kid's vegan meal with Dasani water.
I'm probably gonna go with the veggie burger.
Stop. Ya jara. Inti jara.
I got nothing. Yeah, it can't be bubblegum flavored broccoli. That's maybe it is bubblegum flavored broccoli. Screw it. I'll just go with that.
Lioness.
We got
Burger.
hey, Nomi's in chat.
Oh, hi, Nomi.
Me.
Oh good.
Lioness.
I said burger with carrot fries before everybody started screaming no me.
Sorry. Kohai says broccoli. So what's the census?
I said veggie burger with carrot fries too.
You guys okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
What
Bubblegum
the
flavored broccoli.
Fudge?
Why would you even invent
And they
such an
failed.
abomination?
That's nasty.
After being denied the possession of a dog in his college dorm room, writer Lord Byron brought this animal to his college instead. A bear, a cat, a turkey, a lion.
It was a turkey.
Was it? I don't know. I'll go with a turkey. I have no idea.
Lioness.
I want to say a lion.
Okay. You guys fine with lion, or you still want to stick with turkey?
I really don't know, so I really wouldn't count my vote.
Okay. See.
Take a shot.
Take a shot with lion.
Okay. Nope, a bear.
Wow, even better.
On his last day of the semester, a school was forced to pay $8,000 for an emergency bomb response, and a graduating senior was slapped with a felony. What did the kid do? Was seen leaving a fake bomb in the teacher's break room, wore fake explosives under a hoodie and showed it to a student, snuck into the girls' restroom with a blow-up doll mistaken for a bomb, called in a fake bomb threat to evacuate the school for the day.
Blow up doll.
Blow up doll.
Blow up doll.
It seems way too specific.
Yeah, it's got to be that
There you go.
stupid.
It has to be.
And it was.
Yep, it was.
This song was written about a movie in which an obsessed man kidnaps a woman after her car accident. In order to treat her, he cuts off her arms and legs. Allison by Elvis Costello, Helena by the Misfits, Rosalita Come Out Tonight by Bruce Springsteen, My Sharona by the Knack.
It's probably my Sharona because that's the earworm.
I think Allison.
See, I was thinking Rosalita.
Let's see.
Do we?
Ozzy says C, which is the Misfits.
Okay, go ahead. See, what is it?
You guys want to see also?
Let's go with the chat. Let's see. Let's go with the C.
Okay. Boom.
Oh wow.
Good call, Ozzy.
Yeah, good call.
This singer wrote and performed a song about his fantasy of luring a girl into a bath, electrocuting her, and then putting her clothes back on. Axl Rose, Ozzy Osbourne, Chino Moreno, Phil Collins.
Go with Axl Rose.
Sure. I don't know who Chino Moreno is, and
I don't either.
Yeah, the other two I don't recall anything like that in their discographies.
I'll go with
Chino Moreno is the lead singer of Deftones.
Oh, that explains it because I never bothered to learn that band's names.
Never heard anything by them.
Kohai says Moreno.
Yeah. They're all right. They're not bad. They're prog rock.
I mean, I don't know. It's either Moreno or Ozzy, I will believe. I don't believe Axl Rose is that.
The choice is yours.
Yeah.
Moreno.
We go Chino,
Moreno.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay, all right.
This female spy saved allies by storing weapons and escorting them between parts of Europe. Her successful activities earned her a special nickname, signifying her existence as the bane of the Nazis. She gained even more fame with executing German spies, including one with her bare hands: Josephine Baker, the singer, Nancy Wake, Noor Inayat Khan, Virginia Hall.
Noor Inayat Khan.
I don't know.
Or Josephine Baker.
I was thinking I was going to go with Josephine Baker because you said specifically she's a singer.
Yeah, a nightclub would be a great cover for that. So yeah, go with Baker.
Josephine?
Looks like, yeah.
Nope, Nancy Wake.
Really?
Really? All right.
Yeah. She was called the White Mouse. Because the Nazis could never get their hands on her. Concert goers spit on the band, causing one of them to get kicked in the face. Afterwards, the crowd rioted, destroying the venue's furniture in the process. 50 people were hospitalized after the cops were forced to use police dogs to restore order. The band was banned from the venue for 40 years before the band was pardoned by city council. The Cure in Brussels, the Rolling Stones in Blackpool, Guns N' Roses in St. Louis, and NWA in Detroit.
Stones.
Yeah, I was thinking the Stones.
Lion is.
No idea.
That definitely sounds like the Stones to me.
Yeah.
Get it?
I'm pretty sure I've heard that story.
Yeah. This guy shot his friend in the back for a reward and a pardon, but in vain. No reward, no pardon. But he was labeled a coward and was eventually murdered by an outlaw seeking to kill the ultimate coward. Hoodoo Brown, Thomas Edward Ketchum, John Wesley Hardin, Robert Ford.
Thomas Edward.
Robert Ford.
Oh, we got a disagreement.
Okay. Lion is.
Thomas, I believe.
You guys didn't see that movie?
Ozzy says it's D.
Yeah, the outlaw, Jesse James, and
So it goes
has Robert
back.
Ford's name in the title. He was the guy who shot him in the back.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It goes back to our lioness.
Okay, then Ford.
Yeah, I'll say Ford. Also because Ozzy said it as well.
Oh no, the movie.
Mental instability has plagued a variety of rulers throughout time. This ruler is known for appointing a horse as his priest, executing thousands of people for their amusement, and plotting to move to another country in order to be worshipped as a living god. Ivan the Terrible, the first Tsar of all of Russia, Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, Caligula of Rome, and Henry VI of England.
Caligula.
Mm-hmm.
Caligula was famous for blood orgies and just generally being batshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lioness.
I honestly don't know who did that, so I would argue that the Romans were the bloodiest people that I know. I know the Babylonians were pretty bad too, but I would say the Romans.
Caligula?
So, yeah, I'll go with Caligula.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
The band Core sang this lyric: Lead me to the angle of your life. Let me see from there. Lead me to the angle. I'll try to see the world from here. In which video game?
No idea.
SmackDown versus Raw, Saints Row, GTA 4, Madden Football 2004.
That's really specific for something. Like I don't know any of those. I've heard the titles. I'm not familiar with the actual games, and that's a very specific thing.
The only one I'm familiar with is SmackDown versus Raw. I don't.
Kohai is saying SmackDown.
That's. I think because they used to show the title of the songs,
Where's the lioness?
and I think Core was one of them.
Lioness.
I don't know. I have to pass on that one. I don't play those games.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Core.
All right, well, I'll go with you because
Yeah.
Kohai said SmackDown too. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
think it is.
Boom. It was.
Okay.
20,000 people showed up, jumped on the furniture, and ground food into the carpet, causing it to smell like cheese for months. Paris Hilton's birthday party, Andrew Jackson's inauguration party, Harry Truman's inauguration party, Obama's birthday party.
I'm gonna say Obama, just be a dick.
A BBC? Okay. Lioness.
I'm thinking, why would it smell like cheese? Which presidents were famous for loving cheese or having cheese at their parties? And I know Paris Hilton, well, it probably smelled like something else at Paris's party.
Yeah, probably vomit.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, if it's a president, which president loved cheese and who is serving cheese? He said smell like cheese. Either it was milk on the carpet or cheese. So
2 are inauguration parties. One's a birthday party.
yeah.
20,000 people showed up.
I mean,
It
of
wouldn't be
those people, Harry Truman probably is known for leaving the most destruction in his wake. So I'm gonna go with him.
I don't know, but wait. Let's think about it. Who's going to be jumping up and down on furniture at a inauguration? I mean,
Yeah.
is that,
Those people.
so think about it. It must be a birthday party because that's why people go crazy, right?
It's also 20,000 people, so that's a shitload of people.
And these
Right.
20,000 people were
That's
not
a no-
invited. They showed up uninvited.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so that's why they made the mess then. But it
That
wouldn't
must-
have been Andrew Jackson's inauguration party because there weren't 20,000 people to show up.
No, I would have to probably say Paris Hilton because they're not going to let that many people show up to
Right.
a president's birthday party.
That's what I was thinking. It sounds out of order, so it
Yeah,
does.
no
something
freaking way.
It seems civil. So maybe Paris, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going with Paris.
Sure.
Watch us,
Okay.
Obama.
One night at Paris'
Andrew
birthday.
Jackson's inauguration party.
What?
Yep.
What?
50,000 people showed
I mean,
up.
the Secret
unannounced
Service didn't
and just-
exist then, so
Yeah. They
Oh,
showed
they
up at the White House and they showed up at the White House and destroyed the place.
But an inauguration party?
But they didn't
This-
exist then, Richard. Secret Service wasn't a thing.
yeah.
No,
Secret
I know, but
Service
still,
didn't
but
become
like-
a thing until Lincoln. So yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I guess
This-
the thought of an inauguration party going wild is like really odd.
But why were they so excited about Andrew Jackson of all people?
I don't know. But
What
they
was he
showed up.
saying?
Maybe he promised them some muskets or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This
This
serial
one's,
killer,
it's a
serial killer inspired the creation of fictional killers Norman Bates, Buffalo Bill, and
Yeah,
Leatherface.
It's
The
that game.
death of
It's
his
a- it-
mother triggered the murders he committed. John
Yeah.
Gacy, Ed Gein, Richard Ramirez, or Ted Bundy.
It's Ed Gein.
Well, I know it wasn't Ted Bundy, so it has to be Ed.
Yeah, it's Ed Gein.
Right. It's famously Ed Gein.
Yeah, it's absolutely famously Ed
There you
Gein.
go.
You know, the guy used to make belts out of people's nipples for crying
Yeah,
out loud and
yeah,
lampshades
dude
out of
was
their torso skin.
Fucked
What-
up.
One woman is known for emotionally and physically torturing and shooting her captive victims for her own sexual pleasure. The
Who?
other was called the most vicious, dangerous, and resourceful criminal brain of the last decade by an FBI director. Irma Grease, Ma Barker, Lise Koch, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Gertrude Banaszewski, Elizabeth Bathory, Tilly Kilimek,
The only
Myra
one
Henley, and Griselda Blanco.
It's
It's
like-
not Elizabeth Bathory.
that's the only one I know, and she lived way too long ago for that.
Yeah, firearms were not prevalent at that time.
No, there wasn't an FBI back then.
Well,
Um,
also she was in like freaking Hungary.
Yeah. Um,
Richard says number one.
The only one I recognize one name I do recognize other than Elizabeth Bathory is Irma Grease. That's it. That's the only one I recognize. So I'd have to go with Richard. Definitely, it can't be Elizabeth Bathory. There's no way.
Lioness.
She had
I don't know,
she had a manor, like a castle with a
Well,
dungeon.
and Ma Barker for the second part of the question makes sense.
Jalarme cabello.
You know,
No,
That cat's gonna get me killed.
I'm telling you, Larry. No, but Larry, I don't know.
Let's go with one.
Okay, correct.
Hey, real quick, Ozzy, yes, the Secret Service was officially commissioned by Grant, but they did exist during Lincoln's time. And it was a handful of dudes, one of whom was a friend of Lincoln's for some time who volunteered to be his bodyguard because he made so many enemies. There's a famous story about them stopping an assassination attempt on a train. So I'm just saying, I got to clear that up.
I know, but
It's
the
like
time's
Secret
winding
Service
down,
has
bro.
been around before that.
Time limit.
We got
Fucker.
This serial killer built a macabre torture chamber filled with trapdoors, secret passageways, and various
It's
torture
Holmes.
devices to
It's Holmes.
terrify and ultimately kill their victims. They were ultimately caught and executed by hanging.
The World's Hotel.
John Wayne Gacy, Dean Corll, H.H.
Corll.
Holmes, Maury Travis, the Streetwalker Strangler.
It was H.H. Holmes.
H. Holmes, 100%. He was
he built a murder castle during the World's Fair in Chicago.
Yep, the World's Fair in Chicago.
Nice.
It was called the World's Hotel.
I would say Dean.
He's infamously believed to be Jack the Ripper too, because he was a doctor.
H.H. Holmes?
Some people think that he was Jack the
Yeah,
Ripper,
so just
yes,
pick
because
Larry.
it kind of lines up timeline wise.
Okay.
It worked. It lines up really well. You know, I got my next history video right there. H.H. Holmes. Thank you, Samuel.
We don't have time. We need to be.
What do you mean, Samuel? I did it. I put that on there. Huh? and just so you guys know, all four of those guys pretty much did the same thing. The other three was putting trapdoors and doing all that stuff too. The guy.
We didn't have time, Larry.
You guys talk to me.
created it,
You
right?
need to keep going.
Yeah. This band's music video featured people with numbers above their heads winding down, signaling the time left before they died. Puddle of Mud, Nickelback, Saliva, Linkin Park.
Puddle of Mud.
I don't know. I'll say Puddle of Mud.
I believe Puddle of Mud too, because I don't remember Linkin Park or Nickelback doing that.
Kohai says Nickelback.
What? I don't remember them doing that. Did they?
It's on you, Lioness.
Somebody. It looks like somebody actually knows, but ow! Let's take a risk.
She already said. Are we risking with Puddle of Mud or Nickelback then?
I mean, I guess we'll take a risk because someone looks like they already know it. They look like they're sure. Well, we are guessing. So
yeah, I'll switch to Nickelback. Let's do it. See what happens.
Nickelback.
Okay.
That's wild.
I don't remember that.
There's a song that one of their more popular songs.
Hey,
this prison operated for years until finally closing down after the last inmate died there alone in custody. Which prison was it, and how long was the inmate incarcerated until his death? Spandau Prison, inmate spent 21 years there alone. The Bastille, Chateau d'If, inmate was there for 17 years. The Tower of London.
Chateau.
Yeah, it might be Chateau. I was gonna go with Tower of London, but
I'm saying Chateau.
Oh, she's away from the microphone, so
I am not away from my desk. I am here. Okay, the prison opened for years, closing down after the last inmate died there alone in custody. Which prison is it? How long was it? I would Chateau. Was there for 17 years. The Bastille, maybe no. Or I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, the second half of the question says, how long were they incarcerated there? And only two of them have dates, 21 years, 17 years. So that should give us a hint. Unless somebody screwed up.
Yeah, in which case, yeah. So that,
no, there was no mistake.
If that's the case, I missed that part myself, so I'll go with Chateau d'If.
Okay, I'm with them then, Larry.
Ryan?
That's why I'm going. That's why I picked initially.
That's dirty, Richard.
She's beating him. All right.
I'm beating my pony.
Nope.
No!
Spandau Prison. The guy was there.
Um,
That prison was built to hold 600 people. They only put 7 people there, and they released 6 of them, I think, after a year. And the last guy was there for 21 years by himself.
Wow. Okay, many ghosts have
Okay.
reportedly been seen. Okay, go ahead, Larry. Sorry.
Many ghosts have reportedly been seen at this place. In fact, current employees have reported hearing a deceased coworker say, "Be careful if they find themselves in a dangerous situation." Statue of Liberty, Magic Mountain, Disneyland, the Empire State Building.
I'd probably say the Empire State Building.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Kohai on this. Disneyland.
Really? That would be wild.
Z Lioness.
I would say Empire. Or Magic Mountain. Magic Mountain, sorry. Magic Mountain. I didn't realize that was available.
Okay.
I might have to change to
Ozzy
Disneyland
says
because
B.
it seems like the chat's going with Disneyland.
And Samuel, I'll ask you again. You sticking with
Yep.
What was your answer again? The Statue of Liberty?
Disneyland.
Okay. Lioness?
Magic Mountain.
Great. I don't know who to pick.
Well,
I don't know who to click
go
on.
with the chat.
Go Disneyland. It's okay.
Go Disneyland? Okay.
Always go with the chat.
Correct. Boom.
Okay.
Disneyland.
I did not know Disneyland was haunted.
This controversial singer is known for injecting drugs mixed with toilet water and was his band's bassist, but did not know how to play it. Sting, Paul McCartney, Les Claypool,
No
Sid
idea.
Vicious.
Sid Vicious.
I'll go with that then.
I'm not saying that the others didn't do drugs, but Vicious was famous for it.
Lioness.
I don't know this stuff. I don't know. I don't care. So I guess Sid. I don't care about bands that much. But go ahead.
Okay.
Have you heard of Sid and Nancy?
No.
Okay. Well, that wouldn't make any sense then. But that's who it's referred to.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys said Sid Vicious. Correct. This experiment resulted in multiple fistfights, players getting hit with chairs, naked fans sliding into second base, a woman flashing the umpire, a father and son mooning the bleachers, among other things. Cleveland Indians 10-cent beer night, Texas Rangers bring your own beer night, New York Mets buy one beer get two free night, LA Dodgers $1 beer night.
Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, I was thinking 10-cent beer night.
Lioness.
That sounds the most. Well, actually, bring your own bottle night sounds kind of.
Right, but see, then they'd have to pay for their own beer, in which they'd be
No,
paying
but no,
retail
it doesn't
prices,
mean-
not
it doesn't
10
mean-
cents.
It doesn't mean it's beer. Maybe they mean bring your own bottle. Like could be whiskey, could be hard liquor. That's what I was thinking.
Could be, but it's also more expensive than just buying a bunch of beers for 10 cents a pop.
Okay, then I'll go with that. Then Cleveland.
Correct.
Well, yeah. It also says second base, so it has to be baseball.
Yeah, and also.
Oh, they're all
Cle-
baseball
it-
teams.
And also.
Oh, are they?
Cleveland-
I didn't.
Cleveland's
I don't
jacked
know.
up.
I didn't know the Texas Rangers was a thing. My bad. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, Cleveland Indians.
That's
It's a jacked up team.
The
I
next
don't-
one,
I don't watch
I'm you know
baseball.
what? I'm gonna do one on Arabic countries and the culture. Watch, I'm gonna do my
I'm gonna
my
make Cat
homework.
mad.
I'm gonna go deep in everything.
You gotta get Cat cussing you out. Do it wrong.
Well, we're gonna see how much our lioness knows. If I can get her back on.
I'm not going to expose my Arabic secrets to you two, to you Americans, you infidels. I'm not going to expose my Arabic culture to you infidels.
That's smart.
No.
Yeah,
Look
it
at
is.
this then.
Like, where's me? If you wanted to ask me something specific about a specific cultural thing that maybe I knew a thing or two about, I might spill the beans. It depends on how saucy I felt. Yeah.
There was something I wanted to ask. Oh, here's amazing. Did you guys hear about what the Dalai Lama did?
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak about that tomorrow, Larry. God damn it!
It's on the list. I wasn't sure if you were gonna come on.
No,
I'm
I'm going to go through the video. I'm
Okay.
going through it.
Okay,
You
well
want
I have a list prepared for you. If you want me to send it to you tomorrow.
We can chat about it here, but I'm going about. I'm
No,
going.
no. Well, I'll cut that out and save it for tomorrow.
No, no, no. I wanna get you guys' opinion on it.
I was listening to Ladder with Crowder this morning for a brief moment because honestly, and Shadow's not still in chat because he'll take exception to this, but the guy's kind of rubbing me the wrong way a lot lately.
Yes.
I mean, good for him. I hope he does well. I hope he gets to build his empire and he lives well and all his people do well under him. But I'm just not that into him anymore, I guess is the best way to put that. But anyway,
Feel for him. I've lost my
so
son.
he came out and he said some things about it, and obviously I agree with the initial knee-jerk reaction to this. This is disgusting, right? This thing with the Dalai Lama is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But what he said immediately after that was, but what do you expect from a pointless Eastern religion?
Wow.
See, that shit irritates me. Like,
Yeah.
dude, fuck off.
So after that, and he's made little quips and little comments and shit like that. He's never been anywhere near as bad as somebody like, say, Elijah Schaefer has, as far as dismissiveness and rudeness towards other people's faiths. But yeah, for certain things, yeah, he's getting pretty bad about it, and it's rubbing me the wrong way. I don't need to listen to that shit. I know how he feels about it. I know how I feel about it. I don't need to be in that space.
Yeah.
As
Because
far as sorry,
yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. I mean, and you guys know I'm really racist and homophobic and all of that too. But the thing is, when it comes down to religion, you're who are you to call something pointless or something? I don't know. Like
Mhm.
religion does different things for different people in different groups, and if it keeps the peace for 10 people, that's 10 less people that you have to worry about ruining your city. I wouldn't call anything pointless per se, unless it's something like
I would say that unlike sex, religion actually faith is a spectrum.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that yeah. I mean, less a spectrum and more a circle. Like we're all on the same wheel, and the wheel goes around. But uh, there's more to it than just we're right and everybody else is the devil.
Well, the problem is Crowder calls himself a Christian, a
Oh, I know.
strong Christian. And the thing is, it's like, okay, so if other people were to come back and tell you, well, you're calling other religions useless, it's like, well, people would start pointing out the usefulness of Christianity in the United States and how good it's doing in the United States. People would start criticizing him. I wonder what his response would be that. Because you don't want to start doing that, and then you're not going to accept the blowback from it.
Well, and again, like I don't care what he believes. I really don't. If it works for him, great. I think faith is a personal thing. I do, and that's fine.
It
but
matters though. It matters when he is. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you. Sorry, Larry, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, it matters when Crowder, he's out there saying that he's a Christian, and then he's saying what he's saying about other people's beliefs. And you guys know I'm a Christian too, as imperfect as I am, and even I'm looking at what's going on, and I'm like, dude, how can we can't expect anybody to listen to us with what's going on. If we can't fix our own house, how are you going to point at somebody else and call their beliefs trash?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and like we've had discussions offline before about this, and I don't want to get too into like things that we've said personally to each other or anything, but one thing that has come up
The insults we
repeatedly.
throw at each other. You
Yeah. You guys think that some of the shit that Amir said at the top of the show was it was bad, but shit. Now I forgot where I was going with that because all I can think about is the slurs she started throwing around as soon as she came in the door.
Nay, it was worse when we were by ourselves. When I know there's not an audience.
Right, but it's.
I let the real thing come out. The real truth come out.
Trust me, people say worse stuff on YouTube that don't get flagged for it.
Oh, but
Okay, I got it again.
I'm easy to cancel. That's why I get canceled.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's horseshit.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw a guy got hit with a bunch of false flags earlier today, and YouTube stepped in on his behalf and defended him without him even having to ask. And the only thing I think of, but the lioness takes a video down that had nothing to do with anything, and you guys go back 2.5 years, delete a bunch of videos, and then start hitting her with strikes that weren't even a violation of their terms of service at the time.
Yeah,
Here-
I remember my point. I want to get into it before I forget it again.
Okay, dementia, hurry up.
Yeah, I'm just
Let's go,
getting
old man.
You know, Larry's older than I am. Fuck off.
He's still doing better. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, my point is that the commies are coming for all of us. Communism is by definition antithetical to faith. Right? So they're coming for all of us. They're coming for the Christians. They're coming for the pagans. They're coming for the Jews eventually. They're coming for, the Hindus. They're coming for the Muslims. They're coming for everybody. They are a common enemy to us all. And what I don't understand is because I agree with a lot of conservatives on the right about things like small government, about, getting rid of the IRS, about, family first. I agree with a lot of the main things, but because I don't go to church with them, because I don't worship the same God that they do, right? They don't want me standing next to them when it comes time.
Fault?
What the hell are you talking about?
What are you
Do you not see what's going on? Look what this mother. See,
no, I'm making a point, and you're like not paying fucking attention.
I was listening, then I looked down, and saw what Richard L. said.
Larry, don't let the chat bother you, okay?
Yeah, well, and that's, but the point is like if we don't come together over this common enemy, we won't be able to fight each other later.
Yeah, I say
they'll get all of us.
I call everybody who's religious people of the book, because you are people of the book, and I respect you as a brother because you are someone of the book, and that's how I see it. And if we don't stand together against the real enemy at this point, then we're going to lose very, very gruesomely. We're already losing. We're losing our children. We're losing our societies, all the cultures that have taken centuries to build, and we're losing it all. Moralities. All of our,
but it's even worse than that though with modern Christianity in America specifically. Now, obviously, they don't want anything to do with people like me because I don't go to their church, even though I agree with them on everything else. They don't want me hanging around. That's fine, but they can't seem to agree with each other. They can't unite with each other. They can't get their shit together as Christians
because they're the bad ones. They're the ones that are judgmental and I don't like them.
Right. But the point is there's so many, like if they don't get their shit together, if they don't stop with the infighting, if they don't, all that stuff, they don't stand a chance. Christians in this country have no teeth.
I agree.
There is a reason that the left is not going that hard against Muslims.
Allahu Akbar? Allahu Akbar?
Yeah.
No, but you know what? But honestly, no.
Hold on, let me get my fart.
I'll say
All right. Let me get my missile in my backpack.
I will say this though, it's 100% true, because if you are living what you believe and having a backbone, yeah, people are less likely to mess with you. And let's face it, Christians have laid down and have allowed them to not only allowed themselves to be stepped on, but a lot of our so-called leaders have actually jumped in bed with these people. And I'm starting to see it more and more and more, to the point where I'm just like, I go to church and I look at my pastor every day and I'm looking at him like, is this the day I'm gonna find out something about this guy, that I didn't know?
Well, you know when this started, Larry? It started when the Jews started coming into the churches. I'm sorry. I meant
You meant choose like big league chews, like the gum.
Well, this channel's been a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining us.
Sorry,
we're probably going to get nuked for more of it now.
Sorry.
Go high.
This is when it happened. And I didn't know I passed 300 subs on my channel, but thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I am so happy.
Yep. Well, there's been a steady trickle in, a lot of people finding you and coming back. And, as Ryan here can attest, I usually shill you, when I shill anything else. So, getting the word out a little bit.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Hey, Bernie, good to see you.
Bernie's in the chat. Yeah.
No, but I'm telling you, this is what happened, Larry, when they started infiltrating the church. You see what they have done. It started with Catholicism. It started with them. They were the first to bend the knee to these people.
I agree.
And then now you see it's trickling on down to regular Christians, and now it's become rainbow flags at churches, out flying
Yep.
outside of the church house. And
Mhm.
and then it became a system of like, oh, we're gonna marry men and men.
Well, you saw what that so-called trans pastor said last week. The 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 leader of that Christian school, he likened her death to Christ's crucifixion. He literally called this person Christ, basically.
Said she was a martyr for the cause,
Yes,
The cause of what?
the trans cause.
the trans
The trans-
cause, because he's
How?
trans.
No. And you see
you know,
you see how they pick sides. You see how they pick sides. They didn't
Yeah.
pick sides over Christianity or atheists. They didn't pick sides of sex. They picked sides of, oh, you're one of us. You're one of the transformers. So
yeah, and here's the thing. Like we there are the occasional trans listeners even on my shows. I'm not attacking anybody specifically, but I am attacking the movement.
if you want me to delete them, I'll delete them.
You know.
I'll block them.
Well, no, some of them we like.
Yeah,
See,
and
I'm
I'll
not
be straight
calling
up
anybody
about
out
that,
here,
too.
but,
It's like this. Look, whatever you do in your personal life is your business. But somebody that goes around and deletes children and elderly people who've done nothing to them, and you have the nerve, and not all of them, because I'm pretty sure there's plenty that had a problem that had a problem with that. But this trans pastor, for this person to say what they said, I was like, this is crazy.
It's part of the movement forward. I mean, you know how I feel about this shit. You know that I think that all of this stuff ties back to the WEF's push for a one world order and depopulation. All
well,
of it does.
because when you actually get you push back against classical ideas, actual moral ideas, and you supplant them with self identity and self narcissism, you ultimately you destroy not only the family, but you destroy what your neighbors hold dear, as a community and as a city, a nation. It literally turns you into a giant raging group of narcissists who are only worried about what everybody else has, and they say, well, I don't have that, I want what they have, so we should all be equal because I can't have that but they can.
Well, and
And
also doping up our kids to the point where they don't know which way is up is probably contributing massively to that.
oh, absolutely it is, because
You know?
they're drugging kids, and social media is a form of drug too.
Yeah.
Look at what they show on TikTok in the United States compared to what's on TikTok in the CCP. It's vastly different. And where, because look, I'm not saying ban TikTok. I think that's stupid. That opens up a whole new can of worms for so many other things. But parents need to parent again, and communities of people need to come together, because this whole woke ideology or identity politics or whatever the hell you want to call it is actually, it's not just a new religion, but it's become a cult that if you don't follow the way, you either get swallowed up, or you either conform or you get swallowed, and you get you're basically, they try to destroy your life, and in many cases they've destroyed people's lives. And
I want you to
so,
respond to something when you're done.
oh, I was just gonna say, we went over the steps of communism, and it's very easy to see why. And this is probably a little unknown fact by a lot of people. The Catholic Church actually supported the Nazis because against the Soviet Union, because the Soviet Union doesn't like religion, doesn't like any ideology that's not
Yeah, they used to
Marxist or founded.
they used to call it their silent platform of consent because they didn't speak out against the Nazis.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying anything good about Hitler and the Third Reich, but it's kind of odd when the Third Reich accepts religious freedom to a sense where communism does not.
I just need to respond to Ozzy saying that he doesn't give a dang about who loves who as long as it's between consenting adults. Well, that's how we are in the place that we're at right now. But we're in this place because so many people like yourself have said, I don't care as long as it's two consenting adults, and don't demand others to live by your views. No, we have to demand some kind of standards. We have to demand some kind of normalcy or normality. I don't know the correct word for it. Normalcy. We need to demand that there be dignity and less of this. Oh, as long as you're not hurting anyone else. No, because eventually it's going to come to your front door. The more people try to say, oh, I don't have to worry about what other people do. Yeah, you do. Because even if you don't care, you're going to birth children, and they're going to go to school with the children from the neighbor's house who are having orgies every day. And your child is possibly going to end up talking to that child and then get influenced. So eventually it's going to come to your door, whether you like it or not. This is why humans need to establish marriages between man and woman. We do not allow anything other, because this is what it is. This is how the book has given it to us. This is how it came down to us from above. Marriages between a man and a woman.
Yeah, and you know what?
And a minute, I just want to finish off what he's saying, because he says, now when you cross into demanding others to live your views, no, you're not making any sense. Because first you said, I don't care. And then now you're saying, well, as long as you don't say others do what you do. I don't know. I mean, to me, it just sounds like a whole lot of hoorah of like, I'll be nice, and I'm tolerant. I'm tolerant of others. That's what it sounds like. So enjoy your tolerance, because I'm not.
I think what Ozzy's saying is that once it gets to the point to where it is now, to where they're demanding that we do what they say, like with I'll use pronouns for example. Now they're demanding.
I know what he's trying to say about that side, but that can go either way. It can go both ways, and that's what I'm saying. When you say it both ways, if we look at it, what is it called, in a non-biased way, when we don't just sit and think about what you're talking about, Larry, we're not just thinking about their side, where he says, don't demand others live your way, which means don't demand that we also be gay. Don't demand that we also have to like you and be attracted to you. Just like you remember a few years ago, they were saying that if you don't want to date a trans and you're a homophobe and a racist and all that. I don't know what it had to do with race, but they said you're racist and all of that. That's all fine and dandy. But what I'm saying is the other way, the other people can say that to us. They could say, you can't demand that we live straight. And yes, we can say that there's a normal way to live. There is a normal way to live. So yes, we do need to put our views as a proper, decent society, in my view. I don't know if I cut you off, Larry. I don't know if I did.
No, actually you did not. I'm glad you said that. And I'm also looking forward to is that when you start tolerate, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just but when you start tolerating stuff and saying that, I'll go back 2 years. Do you remember that article that man in England? He was like 60 years old, and he wanted to marry this 14-year-old girl, and he went to a court. He went to his doctor, got a doctor's note, took it to the courthouse, and the doctor's note said that his body, the state that it was in, he had the body of a 15-year-old male, and he wanted to use that and change his age from, I believe, 50s or 60s down to 15. And then he had the doctor's note to back it up, and the judge was like, hell no. And then the first thing he did was point at the trans community. He said, well, wait a minute, if they can wake up tomorrow and decide that they're a different sex, why can't I change my age?
What's the
And
difference?
so, right. And so I've asked that question to many people in the LGBT community, and I brought that guy up, and instantly it was angry. Hell no, he can't do that. And I would say, well, why not? Well, okay, but you to support trans people. Well, yeah, of course, trans people, they're this. Okay, but if they can do that, why can't this guy do this? So you see,
It actually
what's
makes
going
more
on.
sense. It actually makes more sense to do the age differences than sex, because sex is way too ingrained in what you are and who you are. Age, however, going from 15 to 50, that's a huge jump. But age can differ. It can vary between 10 to 15 years. Like a person who is 15 can look 15 or 30. A person who is 30 can look 40 or 13. I mean, not 13, 18. So, I mean, the age it can vary more than sex. So, and like, sex is something that's too ingrained, too foundational of who you are.
Yeah. And let's face it. We all know that lady who's been turning 27 for the last 30 years.
Madonna?
Yeah.
Donna, leave her alone. She's gonna be
Um,
forever. I love her. And as for Ozzy saying non-aggression principle,
it's
screw
libertarian stuff, and it
all
leads
that.
to the same damn place that communism does.
Yeah, the non-aggression principle is just passive aggression. That's all it is, because aggression is just a
Well,
way to try to get what you need. And
real
yeah.
quick, Amira, Ozzy, you and I have discussed this. This is not something that we're ever going to agree on. I do not want to go around on this again. You know what I said about proselytizing the other day in any form, and this is kind of feels like what you're doing here, man. I'm sorry, just
Proselytize.
I don't have a problem if you
What
want.
kind of
Hold up.
conversation did you have?
We've had a number of conversations. Now I don't care if you want to have discussions with people about it. That's fine. This
Well,
is
what
not
was the
the
number? Do
forum
you
for
have a
that.
doctor's note to back up that number?
What the hell are you talking about?
That just went right over your head.
Well,
Well, I'm
my
sorry, but
focus was elsewhere.
please continue.
So just that, and we're never going to agree on that because I think that your argument is flawed as well. So, and that's fine. We can each think what we want to think, but I do not want to have this conversation again, Ozzy. Just laying it out there. And I hate doing this shit publicly like this, man. I've tried to address it with you privately, and it keeps coming up. So,
I think part of the problem is that we went from live and let live to the goalpost needs to shift to cater to a group of people who have hijacked a movement. I don't necessarily I don't think it's fair to blame a community of people for wanting to be just as miserable as the rest of us. At the same time, though, there is a specific set of rules for Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, Judaism, all sorts of religions, and they should not be. The goalpost should not be shifted for people who want entry into it but don't want to follow the beliefs.
Well, one thing I want to, Ryan, before you go on to your next point, regarding your point, what you just said about switching the goalposts and people want to be just as miserable as the other. First of all, marriage doesn't have to be miserable, so I hate using that thing like that. But I understand that. I know, I get it. But the other thing is, when you say that, it's like, okay, if you want marriage, then you're right. You have to follow the rules of marriage, because if you don't follow the rules, then you're not in a marriage. And another thing is, you can have an agreement. You can have a civil union. You can have a civil union, and that can be the type of marriage that these people can have.
Well, speaking
instead of trying to force themselves in the church, where they know that. See, the thing is that I see. I'll let you go, Samuel. But the thing that I see is that they want to tell other people with already set rules, no, you have to bend the rule so that I can feel comfortable. And if you don't bend the rule, then I'm going to attack you and make you demonized. I'm going to demonize you with the help of the Jays, and the media and corporate banks. But I'm going to do that in order to make you bend the rules accordingly. And when we do that, just like Boa says, non-aggression, let's just all be nice. This is what we're faced with.
Just to kind of actually agree with you in a sense, but also this is actually, so obviously marriage through the Catholic Church, through many religions around the world, is between a man and a woman. I think where things got goofed up is that we let the state get involved, we let the government get involved. So now
it brings me to this point here that I was.
So now
you
have to let everybody participate in said legal union. You don't have to let everybody participate in said spiritual and religious union, if that makes sense.
And like Mugsikins makes a point here. If only straight people can get married, then no more tax breaks for married people. Either tax breaks for all or none. I happen to agree with that. I happen to think that the state should stay the fuck out of marriage to begin with.
Yeah.
They should never have been involved in the first place, and that includes tax breaks. There shouldn't be tax breaks for being married. I don't think there should be tax breaks for civil unions. I don't think you should be getting breaks on. I don't think you should be taxed severely enough that you need the tax breaks in the first place.
And like I told Muggsy in the chat, we get taxed more if you're married out here. You because they especially if both spouses work, because it propels you into a higher tax bracket, and then the feds come down on you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's and Mugsy's in Canada, so I think the taxes are a little
Yeah, she's
different
saying it's
there.
different for them, but yeah, but 2 years ago, my wife combined our taxes because I always told her I said file separate, and next thing we knew, they were like, "Yeah, you owe $2,500," and we were like, "From where?"
Right. Yeah. It's just so. Yeah. No. I Muggsy, I 100% agree with that. I think though that the marriage thing has always been a well, I don't know about always. I have not been around forever, but as far as I can tell, it's always been a more or less tied to religion and or status kind of thing. Like people married also to benefit their families as well, not just for love and all that stuff. But that was not something that necessarily the state needed to get involved in. It was all tied to religious ceremonies and cultural ceremonies, but you know it did it the state has no business being involved in that. So yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
they don't.
So yeah, I can kind of tell. So
I think I caught that.
yeah. But yeah, it's of course I think Canada's a fucking commie hellhole too. So
Well, some people like that apparently.
Canadians.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard a mixture. I know plenty of Canadians, and I know some. I know quite a few that are not. They are not happy with what's going on over there. They, they, they're glad they're over on this side of the border. Um,
I've
but you
always
know
said
what?
Canada only exists because America does. Because if we weren't here to be on their borders, they would have been taken over a long time ago. They would
Hey,
have been speaking different languages on different parts of their borders, or on different parts of their coast by now.
hey, let me ask you a
Good night,
question,
Richard.
Lioness.
Like,
Um,
See you, Richard.
just bye, Richard. So marriage. I'm trying to remember how does it go in your culture?
Islamically, when you get married, the man, we don't do dating, so you have to go to the family of the girl that you are trying to marry. If the parents approve and there's an agreement, then the two are allowed to court. They court, they see each other, they decide if they want to do this. If they do, if there is an agreement, the girl says yes, then what will happen is they need to go to get a nikah first, which is like an agreement of a halal sex, essentially, that you can have sex and not be in sin. And a part of the nikah is that the man must give a gift, which is called a mahr, to the woman. You must give a gift. The price of that gift can range from $1 to 500 million. So depending on what the woman demands for her mahr, it can be anything that she wants. It can be one thing, or it can be three. So if you do that, then yes. And then after that, you can get married. Divorce is not really an option. A man can divorce his wife by saying talak, 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 which means I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you. Women, you cannot divorce like that. We cannot just say those three words to our husband. We would have to okay, Mugskid. Anyway, so we would have to have a backdoor divorce. If a woman wants to get out of a marriage in Islam, she has to have a backdoor divorce, meaning that she has to plead many, many times to be able to get divorced. There's no oh, there's domestic violence in our marriage, so I want to get out. No, they will try to figure out the problem and try to work it out first before they just say, oh yes, of course, yes, queen, run. So it's not arranged marriage. That's not what I'm talking about. If you would have listened, you would have heard me say if the girl says yes to the offer, then they will get married. So I mean, a lot of people, they have the misconception that every Islamic marriage is arranged. That's not the case, but a lot of people are just so stuck in their
I will say this, that family approved or even what somebody would consider an arranged marriage have a drastically higher success rate than actual marriage in the Western
Yeah.
world.
certainly.
So we kind of we've kind of shit the bed when it comes to taking the family out of approving of our partner. I remember when it was customary to meet a girl's parents, for the first date back in high school. I remember that all the time. Like every girl that I dated in high school, her parents loved me because I was a respectful young man who was very respectful of her and her parents and what they wanted. And even in today's world, it should still be like that. Taking the family out of dating or marriage or anything like that is a massive failure on the Western world's part. If you
I
want
believe
my
dating
honest,
is where you guys went wrong.
yes, I would
Yes,
agree.
I agree. And you know what? I wanted to go back a bit because see now I wish I had asked you this question because now I've got like 100 questions I want to ask you. Um, so I got the part. It's not an arranged marriage, so I definitely got that. But from a guy's perspective, let's say I'm sure the guy has to have something going for himself, right? And
No,
let's say, really.
no, he
So if the
doesn't.
guy goes to a girl and she can get anything she wants, and what if she looks in the eye and says, "I want a Bentley"?
That's a Western problem.
It's not. It's not a Western problem. It's Easter. It's a woman problem. It's a woman. Arab women can be very, very bourgeois, but
Do,
no.
do, do you think maybe it's kind of like a modern day feminist Western kind of leaking, kind of infecting the way because I remember
I'm
when.
gonna answer Larry's question first because
Okay, sorry.
Larry was asking if the man doesn't have it. So the mahar is a way of a woman kind of testing the man to see if he really wants her. So a woman, if if she loves this man and she has known him for the longest, she might just ask for a plastic ring from the gumball machine and say that's going to be my mahar, and that can be it. And you don't have to ask for anything. You could ask for a prayer rug. You could ask for whatever. So that when you're asking that question, Larry, it doesn't mean that the woman is always going to ask for diamonds and gold bars. It doesn't always happen.
Okay.
But if the woman is not really inclined, or she's not sure if the man really loves her, a woman will ask for higher mahar. Or if the man, she knows he has it, that he can give it, the
Mm.
mahar, and the mahar can never be returned to him. That's another thing. It can never be returned to him. Once he gives it, it is hers forever. She will never be expected to give it back or pay it back or what have you. And Ryan, you said, is it kind of a Western feminist thing that's leaking inside of Islam?
Mhm.
This tradition has been going way before feminism happened, and
Okay.
this has always been the thing. Feminism actually started in Islam, and I don't mean feminism as oh, women rule the world and women are equal. No, when I say feminism, I mean the rights for women started in Islam, and I know a lot of people don't believe that. But women in the Middle East under Islam had the rights to own property before Western women had their rights to own property in the West. Right, and we had our rights before Western women. So a lot of people don't know. But the thing is, we don't see ourselves as equal. So that's why we're still seen as oppressed. We don't see ourselves as equal.
This sounds a little bit like somewhere between like the engagement ring tradition of the West and a dowry.
It is. You're right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like, Samuel. There you go. It's just like that. If a man doesn't present a proper ring, a woman will say no. She'll look at that ring and say, "Oh no, I'm not getting married," until you bring her a good ring, and then she's like, "Oh yes, I accept."
I also wholeheartedly believe that a man should ask her, ask a woman's father for her hand in marriage, because that's a respect thing. That's his daughter. He's raised her. He's been there for her. And I think a lot of respect has been lost when it comes to relationships and marriage and stuff like that too. So I think we've strayed too far from the tradition of what is the way things are supposed to be. And I know people don't, like, oh well, traditions, they're old fashioned, stuff like that. Well, maybe we could use to kind of quote from the Avengers movie. Maybe we need a little bit of old fashioned, because this new crap's not working and things are getting worse. So maybe we should go back to when things were actually better, in my opinion.
Regardless of how you feel about identity politics and the culture war and all of the various agendas that are flying around, shit's falling apart, and we can all see it, left and right. We can all see it. It's affecting all of us, right? So clearly, something we're doing is not working.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, what I've seen as an Easterner looking at Western culture is that there's no respect for men anymore, and the respect for men started for the respect for the father, the man of the home, and that respect has gone down to the point where girls run outside their home. They disregard their father's word. If the father says, no, you can't marry this boy, or you can't date this boy, you can't go out, the girl just jumps out the window in the night and just goes. That's disregarding your family, disregarding the man of the house. I believe that's where that started. And the church as well. Like I said, the church allowing women to just do whatever they please. And now this is where you see marriage is not respected anymore.
See, this is also partially the fault of Western fathers as well, because we used to be able to handle this stuff. There's a proper way. When you tell your daughter, don't go hang out with that asshole over there, you don't reinforce it with her. You take that young man aside, you show him your gun, and you show him your shovel.
Yep.
You scare the bejesus out of him, not her, out of him. And by God, if he sticks around, he will respect the shit out of your kid.
Yep. And the daughter stays in the room crying, why? He doesn't call me anymore. And the dad is like,
gosh, I don't know.
I don't know, honey.
Must not have been worth your time.
Right.
You know, the irony is that I've never had to have that conversation with a father. Every father that's ever met me, I've immediately shook his hand, called him sir. And because I was raised to fucking act right. And you don't discount the fact that that's his daughter, and he is going to be massively protective of her. And if you don't protect her when she's out with you, your ass is grass. And that's how it should be. Men are supposed to protect. I don't understand where it's like where we got off. We literally got off the off ramp onto stupidity town, and now we have women getting assaulted in the streets, and guys are like, everybody's filming with their phone, and it's like, the fuck.
There used to be a fear of men. There used to be a fear of men. Like men knew. Well, not only men being afraid of other men, but women be not. I don't mean fear as in, oh my God, they're gonna beat me every day. No, I mean fear like a respect factor. Like I have to act a certain way. There's a man here, or men used to do that to women too. I have to act a certain way. There's a lady here. I'm in the presence of.
As a father and a friend and a brother, I have had to have that talk with a bunch of people. My usual go-to, because it's simple and it's to the point, is that if you break her heart, I will break your legs.
It's also not that hard to tell your obnoxious friend who's being sloppy drunk, like, dude, we don't act like this around. We don't act like this around people. We don't act like this around women. You don't talk to them like that. Like, you're wrong. Police your shit.
But ladies aren't respectable anymore, Ryan.
That's very true. It's very true, because ladies used to have that conversation with their own friends, and now and we've we failed on all fronts, and it's not just a man or a woman thing. I mean, we can throw variations of shade around. Men don't act masculine enough and want to stand up. Because masculinity is actually a good thing. This whole toxic masculinity crap is the ones of these dudes who they're like, I'm a feminist, and all of a sudden they're trying to force themselves on you when you're drunk. But it's the same thing. You got women walking out when some outfits. It's like, dude, that's less than a bathing suit you go to the beach in, and it's like,
I mean,
you have a father, right? It's like
it's outside of even basic common sense with some of these outfits, like. So years ago, I got set up on a blind date with a woman who I ended up dating for quite a while, but that was a long time ago. On that blind date, it was I believe it was in the middle of February in Colorado, and we were at a place called Lucky Joe's Irish Pub in downtown Fort Collins. Cold as shit, icy as hell. Everybody's freezing. All the dudes are wearing layers of clothes. All the women were wearing what my date referred to as frilly bullshit. And she's like, why do we have to wear all this stuff? I was like, nobody said you had to. You know, I mean, I get to a certain degree. Yeah, you want to come out to the bar, you want to have a good time, you want to look good, and you want to attract somebody. That's fine. But it's better to look retarded and be alive than look great and freeze to death. There's a level of practicality that just isn't there in their heads anymore. They don't think about even like the elements taking them out, let alone some random dude down an alley.
Well, now it's like the competition is who can be the most naked and get away with it.
Yeah.
For women.
Yeah, and did you see? Also, you still have the accusations, whether it be false or not. I mean, did you see? I don't know, Ryan. Do you watch ESPN?
I do from time to time. I don't have cable though, so it's a rarity.
There is a guy there. He's a former basketball player named Jalen Rose, and they have a female analyst. I think her name is Michaela Andrews or Anderson, something to that effect. But she actually Me Too'd him live on air. She accused him of sticking his finger underneath her armpit when the camera clearly showed that when the show started, he gave her a side hug, you know, and his hands were on her shoulder, firmly on her shoulder, and she was like, "Get your hand out from underneath my underarm." So she tried to Me Too him live on air.
Wow.
This is why you don't touch people.
Yeah,
you don't touch.
And
like
she
you do like the ghost hug. You don't touch people.
And she has a history of, I wouldn't say making accusations, but she has a history of saying stupid stuff out of her mouth towards a particular demographic of men.
Well, you want to hear what's funny about all this nonsense too is that ladies like, well, I can't find a good guy. I can't find a good guy. You know what? Go to the grocery store in a t-shirt. Maybe you're most likely going to wear yoga pants with your hair pulled back in a ponytail, and make yourself accessible to the human race. You don't have to go to the grocery store looking to the nines. Like, you know, guys just want women who are just as accessible and humanized as the rest of us. Do you want, ladies, if you see a guy in a grocery store and it's 12 noon and he's in like a full suit, like got his hair done, it's like you're gonna think that guy's either on his lunch break or he's full of shit. He's
mafia.
Yeah, or he's like it stands out, you know. And this is the thing is that first off, you're not going to meet somebody in a bar. You're just, that's so rare. You're not going to meet anybody online. That's very rare too.
I mean, you're not going to meet anybody for more than a night at a bar.
You're not going to meet somebody who's worth it. What you want to do is you want to go to accessible places. And I'm not saying even like, you know, I'm kind of a firm believer. Don't meet women at the gym, because most of the time, most women at the gym, well, because I go to the gym, you know, and I'm like, leave me alone. I don't want anybody to mess with me. Like, if somebody has a question, like, hey man, you using that? Like, yeah, I'll be cool. But it's like, it's like it's
the only question that's appropriate for you at the gym. Are you using that?
Well, I guess I don't know. Or well, you know, I don't go to the gym. I don't expect to pick somebody up at the gym or somebody to pick me up at the gym. It just doesn't. It's never something that I've been there. Plus, it's more fun of.
Well, then you're gonna love Muslim women.
That's pretty funny.
They got the 7 veils thing going on.
I just think if you want to meet somebody who's quality, you might bump into them at a grocery store, or you might Home Depot, or like even a church gathering, or just something that's just kind of traditionally the way things used to be. And I'm not saying that, you know, you necessarily have to live like the 1940s traditional lifestyle or anything, but, you know, because we've obviously moved forward a little bit other than that. But also at the same time, 2023 lifestyle is not working. And we kind of screwed up somewhere along the way. And I think we need to go back probably at least a solid 25 years.
I think that it's a nice dream to want to go back at least a solid 25 years. There is no going back, only forward.
I know, but
it's only going to get worse. I think it was Anton. So I don't know if you guys know, I'm on the Lapeef Network, and Anton has always, well, the last time we were on the show together, he said women are taking over. Women are in politics now. Women are the swing voters. women, especially Black women, he said women are taking over, and before we know it, we're going to have a woman president, and there's nothing we can do about it. He said there's no way to stop this. Women are on their way to take over, and why fight it? That's what he says. And I completely disagree, because yes, women can take over until crap hits the fan. When crap hits the fan,
Anton's not looking far enough down the road.
all of them are going to look around and say, where are the men
Yep.
who help us here? Like, we can't do this by ourselves. We just started this. And
And we got a glimpse of that when there were talks of including women in the draft.
oh,
Mm.
I'd never seen so many women wetting their pants. They were like, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna make us go there. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that." And all the men were like, "But you wanted equality. You said
no,
you were
no, you
equal to
saw,
us."
Larry, what you saw was a bunch of women go from bald heads and looking all manly and rough to all of a sudden putting pigtails in their hair with ribbons. I'll be good. I'll go to the kitchen.
How would you like your sandwich, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything to keep off that front line.
Yeah.
Wait,
there was
what? World War III?
Well, you mean equality means we're just as expendable as you? Can't have
No.
that.
no-
And you know, and the funny thing is too is that I know some of them were like, okay, well, I'll just go pick like German journalism or something, and it'll be safe. But even Ryan will tell you, if you go in the army or the Marines or something like that, you could be supply, and you're in just as much danger as somebody in the infantry. That's why I laugh when they say women they're not allowed in the infantry. It's like they're there. If they are an MP, they're right next to infantry when that battle breaks out. The difference is when the fighting's over, if we've captured anybody, now those MPs have to stay behind and watch them. But they're literally right next to infantry, getting shot at.
Multi-purpose. That's what I used to
Yep.
to call us. MP stands for multi-purpose. Whatever job needs to be done, you do it.
Well, Josh, the last time it was about, I want to say 7 weeks ago on their Thursday show. It may have been 6 weeks, maybe less actually. But anyway, if you like over a month. But anyway, that was the last time. And then I've been doing my own show on Sundays, and the last time I did my own show was 2 Sundays ago. So, yeah.
Which
I'm
was
gonna
pretty
do
good too. I think you did a good job. And I knew you did a good job because nobody wanted to come up and debate you. And I started laughing.
That's when I knew I won. I was like, and you know, I've always wanted to have a stream where nobody challenged me because there was nothing that they could say. And finally I got it because no one came up. I mean, the 2 people that came up had nothing. They were just what's it called? Gibberish? Gibberish? Yeah, they were just
talking gibberish.
Yeah. And
you know,
so I won.
You know what though, Amira, I would just love for once you do your Sunday show and you got like half a dozen of the P followers screaming in chat for you to open up the lines, get the callers in and all that stuff. You just be like, no, sit there, shut up and listen. It's my time.
Oh my God. They would be so mad. They would start calling me all kinds of things in the chat. They'd be like,
some of them call you things anyway.
Yeah, what else is new?
She's not gonna listen to this. No, she's not even black. We can't listen to her. I'm like,
Yeah. You know, it's funny. You brought up Anton. It's one thing he said the other day. He was saying that he sees all these YouTubers that talk all this trash about him, and then when they see him in person, they're smiling, shaking his hand, and he goes, "So why are you talking all this trash about me?" And they're like, "Oh, I was just trying to get my views and this and this and this."
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's just playing a character. Yeah, okay, guy.
That's exactly what he said. And he was like, "You guys are funny. You scared of little old 5'7" Anton. You see me, you talk all this trash, but you see me in person, and you're showing me your teeth, and you're smiling and telling me I do good work and this, and then as soon as they leave, you right back to talking about it."
Yep.
True.
Yeah, and that's one thing I can't stand on YouTube. It's like, you know what? I'm not playing a character. I'm just me. I'm me online. I'm unapologetic about it. I've said stuff that quite frankly has been offensive before. I've said the bundle of sticks word. We've all said things in life that's like, yeah, I've said that. Was that
I'm
cool?
pretty sure I called you the bundle of sticks word once.
Oh, there
on
was
live.
there was, and like, look, I'm straight up, dude. Like, I admit the fact that like when I've said stuff that's horrendous, I probably said almost every unfortunate word under the sun because we were all kids and shit. And it's like, you get these people like going, oh my God, there's a video back from 2018 where Ryan said bundle of sticks. And it's like, okay, like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
2018 was like 6 years ago.
Well, you got to
or
approach
whatever.
that shit the same way that Jeremy Griggs does. You know, I've seen a lot of lately. He's getting a lot of these this you know kind of retweets and stuff. People are like picking out things he said that come off like from a certain angle. Oh my gosh, it's such a bad thing that he said. Well, is this you? And he just like, yeah, yes, it is. That's clearly me. You can see that it's me. I don't know why you're asking the question. Obviously, I said that.
You know, and what's really stupid too is that people they always want to act like, you know, I've never done this, and it's like, I'm sorry. We've all been retarded in our lives. I've had a wide variety of friends. Guess what?
It's a great way to put that.
I guess what? I might have said the N-word once or twice around the fact that I've had black friends when I was younger, and I still have black friends to this day. Guess what? I admit I've said that word. Is it a nice word to call somebody? No. Have I ever called anybody it? No. But guess what? You know, there's classical literature where you're reading and it's like going N-word, and it's like, people shouldn't, like the college professor who was like getting asked a question about this, and he like said the word to say this is what you're talking about, and then he lost his job. Yeah, Kohai, I hate you.
And that was stupid. He shouldn't have lost his job. That was ridiculous.
No, I'm sorry. It's a word. It doesn't hurt you. And you know what? If somebody calls another human being that, they're a bad human being. You know, look, well, I get it, but context matters, and we've lost all sense of context too, and that's what it's just so massively frustrating. That
and Bernie right here is exactly exemplary of what you're saying. Like, you be yourself, be your actual self. Don't be playing a character, because people will sense that. They'll eventually sense that. They will come around and they will turn on you if you're not who you are. You know, and I know that I sit here behind an avatar, and it's easy for me to say that, but trust me when I say that who you get here is who I am.
Oh, I can attest that too. I've been on streams, behind the streams, like, and same thing with Larry.
You know, if anything, the one big difference is that I tend to say things that are even more disturbingly gross when I'm off a line. But other than that, like, this is who I am. And you guys, I think, will get that. You know, this is who Brian is. This is who Amira is. This is who Larry is. We are who we are, and we present that to you. I mean, sometimes we play it up a little bit for the camera, but that's showbiz.
That's why Pearl got exposed like that. That's why you see so many big YouTubers get exposed and because they were playing a character, and once the real thing comes out, people are like, "Oh my gosh."
And she's been getting torn up all day today. Somebody went back. They were like showing videos of her talking about fat women and saying, you know, how they need to stop settling for ordinary men, this and this and this. And then they showed her ex-boyfriend, some big fat black Yogi the Bear looking dude that's a TikToker, and apparently he was homeless. He was homeless, and she moved him in with her parents, and he was there for a month. They put him on their lease and everything, and then she found out that he had 2 kids, and he was just mooching off of her. And then as soon as he met a better looking girl and he started making money, he dropped Pearl and took off.
Case in point.
Okay.
So that's
2 things.
Real
quick. Ryan, you're up next. But just about the authenticity, these 2 really gossip like this behind the scenes too. Go, Ryan.
There was no point in you even saying that.
No.
I Larry, Amira.
No,
I was just gonna ask, because this whole Pearl thing, I see it kind of sparking off Brittany Venti and stuff like that, getting into it. And
she tore Pearl up today.
I know, and it's like, you know, you see Brittany Venti getting into it about Pearl, and it's like you haven't heard anything about it, and then all of a sudden the videos start coming out, and you're like, okay, that's why she's getting torched. I didn't know. I had not been following that.
But you understand, Brian, she says basically the same things that I say, except I say worse. But yet I never got tore up like that online, because I already came out as racist. I was already known as the racist girl. I was already known as the girl who says things that are over the top and people get offended by. Pearl came out as, I'm this lovable thing and everyone is going to love me. And I came out like this. And that's why she got tore up like that. If you come out as yourself first, there's no
Yeah.
reason for people to attack you. But if you come out as something else and then they find out later, that's when you get attacked.
Well,
Yeah,
in
see, I didn't know much about her, just for the record.
In Amira's defense, she was labeled racist the moment she popped up on Lapeef,
That's the
and certain
thing.
people saw that she wasn't
Oh.
black. And the funny thing is that everything that she says, I've seen black women say it, and the same people that were calling Amira racist had no problem hearing it when a black woman was saying it.
That's the thing.
So I was just like, you guys are stupid.
Well,
Yeah.
black women
Like, who
can't be
cares
racist.
where the message is the same regardless of who is and it's going back to Pearl. Pearl actually did an interview a few months ago and actually stole, uh in my opinion, I'll just say allegedly, but allegedly stole content from Amira because,
It's not alleged. It was, we knew.
well,
All
because Pearl went into a monologue, and what she said was word for word what Amira said in a video 2.5 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a video about women not voting.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one who has a video up from a woman saying that women shouldn't vote. There's men who have videos up, but I was the only woman on YouTube who made a video saying I believe women should not vote. And this is why I got, and I'm the one who got the flag for it. But yet Pearl goes on and says it, and people are like, "Oh, that's interesting. It's an interesting concept." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" What?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and she's saying all kinds of stuff, still hasn't gotten flagged. And then what I see today, I go on and I see some other YouTube that I've never heard of before today, and there he is showing a video of Anton flagging a video of his that had nothing to do with him. The guy was talking about Pearl, and him and about 8 other YouTubers were talking about today. And Anton had this guy, he hit this guy with a false strike for a video that had nothing to do with Anton. It wasn't even Anton's video, and it wasn't even about him.
Right. Well, I mean, we haven't even gotten into that. We need to speak about that later, Larry.
Yeah.
Maybe after this stream, we'll have a little after talk if you and Sammy are up to it.
I'm up for it.
Yeah, we usually do. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm not trying to exclude you. It's just that
No, I get it.
Me and Larry have
they're part of your channel and stuff like that. No, I'm good, dude. Well, I didn't mean to call you dude. You're good, dude.
Are you misgendering her?
Don't assume my gender. You guys
I know. Sorry, I'm a
be makeup and a
Yeah,
wig.
what Josh Watson's saying here, Ryan. Wow.
yeah, I'm a huge
Just
I'm a-
wow.
I'm a
Did
huge
you guys
bigot.
Did you guys see what else they were saying about me on Lapeef? So when they couldn't attack my character because already I came out as racist, so you can't call me racist now because I'm already known as the racist. They started going for my looks. They say, "Oh, her hair is fake." Remember, Larry? They were telling you, "Oh, how would you know she's real? You don't know her." They were telling Samuel and Larry to F off. You guys don't even know if Amira's real. You guys are just simping for her. And I'm like, you guys don't even know who you guys are talking to. Samuel and Larry know me better than anybody on YouTube. I'm like,
So stupid.
I was laughing, and I managed to I shut up quite a few people, and they were like, "How the hell would you know this?" And I was like, "Well, we're friends." They were like, "You ain't friends." Well, I know her husband.
yeah.
I know her husband's big enough to crush you with one hand. I know that.
That's the thing, and that's why I find funny. So if the people can't get you on your character, then they'll start attacking how you look. Oh, you're ugly, you're fat. They started saying, "Oh, she wears makeup." Me and Larry have already been through this.
There was
Larry,
a lot of comments about you wearing fake eyelashes too.
Yeah, it was.
I will eat that. I will eat that up. I do wear fake eyelashes, and I'm not happy about it. But the thing is, I got addicted to them, and now when I take them off, I just feel weird. So yes, I am ashamed that I ever started. I'm ashamed that I ever started this stupid habit. I hate it for the life of me, and I'm gonna quit one day. Like smokers say, one day I'm gonna quit. But that's the only thing that they got on me is the lashes, and I shouldn't have done it in the first place. I know, but makeup. Me and Larry have already been through this. This is my skin. This is not makeup. My face. And me and Larry has seen me wash my face on camera. Everything.
Right. But this is all indicative of
and saying my hair is fake. Saying all these things. I'm just like, come on, guys. Anyway, I know we got.
I was just like, she's Arab. How many Arabs do you know to where they need to wear a wig?
We grow hair like grass in the summer.
I was like, they have some of the best heads of hair that I've seen.
Well, not today. Don't look at it today. Look a little rough.
So it was just when you talk about YouTube drama, Ryan, and as I told Amira, and this person shall remain nameless, but I came across there's certain Lapeef haters that periodically come back and keep
Oh,
starting
I'll
up
say
trouble.
his name, Mr. No Having Real Estate, Mr. Acne Face, Mr. Pizza
Oh,
Face,
jeez.
Mr. I Can't Find a Woman because I'm too busy looking at men in their booty cracks.
You know that's like summoning Candyman, right?
Yeah, and that's not who I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
apparently, one of them he runs hand in hand with this guy. But one of the women that was on Lapeef actually reported that she had to get her lawyer and the police involved because she got information that this guy was trying to have her deleted. Like he took the YouTube beef that far, and he started the fight.
Oh yeah, it does surprise me one bit.
Yeah,
But
see,
it's
this
just
is why I don't like getting into the
Yeah.
nitty gritty, the drama, the calling other YouTubers that. It's like I don't care about them. They
Yeah,
shouldn't
it's-
care about me. It's on this
It's-
channel we don't do a lot of that
Yeah.
because it's pointless. It doesn't serve anybody. And yeah, somebody might gain some short term clout for it, but it's short term.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like that rapper Redman said when he was
That was
talking
a
about
kitty.
when that rapper Redman when he was talking about hip hop beef back in the early '90s. He was like, there was no internet, and so a lot of what you're seeing with the YouTube streets, the beef and all this stuff, he said a lot of that was word of mouth, and it was dangerous because by the time the situation got solved, so you be in a concert, you be doing a concert singing, you get off stage, and the person that thinks you said something, they're right there with their crew and they're all armed. They have no idea that the situation has been straightened out because there's no internet for them to find out. So now you're literally in a old west standoff
For
trying
nothing.
to explain to them, hey, this situation was solved 4 days ago.
Yeah.
It's called a Mexican standoff, by the way.
Well, the news doesn't travel fast enough back then, so people
Right.
died because news didn't travel fast enough.
Right. But it's a shame that these days it does. But you have so many people that are interested in just trying to beef their numbers up that now you got people getting threatened and got people getting CPS called on them to have their kids. It's just crazy how bad it gets. And so when I watch all this stuff, I mostly look at it just to make sure that no threats is coming towards Amira because a lot of them be having a lot to say, and I'm like, dude, like nobody even knows who you are and you're on here talking about her, so I just kind of keep an eye out, but I laugh to myself because I listen to them. They'll put out 3 4
They're
6
still saying
hours.
my name. You said they said my name the other day. You said they brought it up.
Yeah,
on
somebody
the
said her name the other day, and I was just like, you have no idea what you're even talking about. Like you're blaming her for something she didn't even do it.
Yeah, and I will listen to Larry go on about this stuff because I don't actually want to watch it myself. Most of what they talk about is of very little interest to me. So I will go and I will watch like Lapeef stuff when my friend Amira is on to support her. But for the vast majority of their channel, I don't give a fuck about it. I don't. They're just
It's just drama.
It's Jerry Springer on crack on the internet. I'm sorry, but there it is. So, and whatever, it's a niche. It works for them. They're making money. I have no issue with that. It's just not my thing. So I will go and I will support my friend when she's on there. But beyond that, I don't pay attention to this stuff at all.
Anywhere you guys go to follow me, you guys get attacked. You know that. Everywhere you guys follow me, you get attacked.
Yeah, some places worse than others.
That's true. But do you guys wanna close down because I want to talk to you guys.
Yeah,
actually, yeah, we're
at the time limit anyway. I was actually getting ready to bring that up.
There's no real limit, but yeah, yeah. I mean, StreamYard will let me go for like 11 hours if I want to, but I'm not going to.
Then there is a time limit.
But this is not it. Is my point. Anyway,
there is no time limit. The time limit is 11 hours.
I'm just gonna do it like this.
It's like we've been here for 12 already.
Boink. I mean,
that's the move.
So that said, I think we probably are going to close down for this stream here, and we thank everybody in the chat for joining us. Why don't we go around the horn? Ryan, what do you got coming up?
Okay, so today is it's Friday. It's 1:54 a.m. in this Florida. So tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Florida. I like saying it.
Fluoride toothpaste.
we got Friday night's Royal Rumble. So obviously, it'll be myself and a panel of people. What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying bye to Ozzy. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. So we have a wide variety of people on the panel. Two people who are here right now have been on for the shenanigans. Going to be talking about the Mario movie because it's spanking the shit out of Disney, which is good because fuck Disney. And the fact that they like to screw with people's kids. We'll probably be reviewing the Mandalorian new episode because I've heard it's terrible and I haven't watched it. Also, at the same time, there's just a dumpster fire worth of stuff to talk about. Other than that, I should be on this channel again Saturday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 4 p.m. Mountain?
Yep.
Okay, 4 p.m. Mountain. For Screaming Into the Void. And then, of course, on Monday... what happened?
You say it like you're a Nazi.
I know, it's part of the fun, though. Screaming into the void. I'm just saying this, Jones. Okay?
Yeah.
Sing out!
Game of Thrones.
Did you say the N-word? What just happened?
No, I didn't say the N-word. That's what's funny. And yes, Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Game of Thrones, Season 3, Episode number 3, with Joker voice, Nomi, Lily, 300 Mirrors, Tyler the Redbeard, and Shadow, and Mr. Grant Gregory. I'm done.
All right, Larry.
Well, so this week between today and Wednesday is it's pretty much a roller coaster for me. Tentatively, I should be around for Friday night's Royal Rumble tomorrow. I plan to be. And also, I plan to be around for the Lioness stream tomorrow. If she comes on one way or another, or Saturday.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on because the wife is coming along, and if my daughter decides that she doesn't want to come out, she's getting induced next Wednesday. So
No choice.
Yeah, this time next week, I'm going to be holding a baby in my hands.
All right.
Yeah.
So excited.
We love it.
But I do plan on, even if I do plan on at least being in the chats, or I will be around in some capacity that you guys can count on.
Right.
All right, good deal. Amira, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Good night, everyone. Thank you, Samuel and Larry, for having me on. Good night, Josh. Good night, Kohai. Good night, Ozzy. As for the Ozzy saying that Papa Charles should raise his own daughter well, she's not his daughter anymore. She's mine, and I will be raising her well because I'm not going to raise no psycho. Okay, there's not going to be a psycho in this house. So I will be raising her well, bringing her up. And then Saturday I should be on, you guys. I should be on at 7:30 Pacific, which is 10:30 Eastern for you, Brian. And let me see what else. I'm waiting on the baby of Larry to come too. I'm waiting for that baby to come with my eyes peeled as well. So other than that, I think that's it. I think on Saturday we're going to talk about the whole Dalai Lama thing. And then also I have a good video for you guys. I have a reaction video that we are going to be watching on Saturday of some legal stuff. It's an attorney kind of thing. I'm not going to give you guys any clues, but it's going to be great. It's going to be epic. So we're going to watch the Dalai Lama and we're going to watch an attorney video. And then we're going to talk politics because Larry has sent us a list. So that's that.
All right. And that'll be on the Lioness Exiled channel. And as for me, y'all know where to find me right here on Samuel the Infamous, as I am Samuel the Infamous. We do Abyssal Musings every Thursday, 9:30-ish p.m. Mountain Time. Screaming Into the Void, 4 p.m.-ish Mountain Time. Occasional gaming streams. You can also sometimes find me on Legion Talk on Friday nights on Ryan's channel, Legion Talk. And you can also, as we've discussed before, find both Lawrence and I, generally speaking, on the Lioness Exile channel where we do some work on the back end for her. That said, yeah, unless anybody else has got something they want to throw down before we head out, thank you, chat, for being with us and sticking with us and having the conversation with us. Appreciate each and every one of you. Anybody got some final words?
Good night.
Good night,
Yeah,
all. Thank you.
Been awesome. Sam,
right.
you know you got to say the thing, right?
I'm going to say the thing. Yeah.
Okay. No interruptions, please.
Remember, YouTube, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Good night, everybody.
What is it?